Hello! 1 second. All right, Sif, can you talk?
Yes, I'm talking currently.
All right. Welcome to Tender Talk. This is volume 13. Guest today is Sifisan.
Yes, it's me. Welcome.
All right, Sif. I ask the same questions to everybody who comes on to the talk show.
Yeah.
So the first one I always ask is, what brought you to Twitch?
That's a great question. Can I say something faster?
Yeah.
It is past midnight. So happy
Oh,
birthday. Happy
it-
birthday, Tanda.
it's my
You're just
birthday.
going straight into happy birthday.
Thank you.
I
I-
hope that you had a wonderful day and that you have a wonderful day tomorrow as well
Right.
when you wake up.
I turned 85 in Alien.
Happy 85th birthday.
We age weird.
I am turning, elf as well. I'm about like 280 something.
Ooh, lore.
I stopped counting.
I always wondered that, like Lord of the Rings, those elves live for thousands of years, stuff like that. I'm like, I guess that works for
Yeah.
every elf.
Yeah,
you.
I'm pretty young for an elf.
Thank you, Maid Butler.
Yeah, May Butler, my guy, my boss.
Oh, we'll get into that, but
Yeah, we'll get into the lore later.
I guess we could just continue. But thank you for the happy birthday wishes.
You're gonna get a lot of them today. Just wait for it.
I'm not somebody who like shows this off because this day is like a day where I'm like, oh God, I'm getting older.
A lot of people are like that.
So
yeah.
cringe. Stop aging. Can I just
You-
cut me off?
You just gotta embrace it.
I think at like 26 and I was like, stop. Please.
That was a long time ago.
It was in the 80s in like the earth.
God dang.
Yeah.
Mm.
But-
Yes, Twitch. How I got into Twitch. Man, let me think actually, because so I started off as a FaceTime streamer, face streamer, not FaceTime. I started off as a face streamer, and it was to like 2 viewers from my in real life friends group, because I just wanted to play games basically. So I can't actually remember if I started when I already knew about VTubers or if I started off, like if I knew about them afterwards. But I do know that it's been uh almost 2 years now. Or more than two. I can't. I Maid Butler probably knows. I can't keep track of time. I'm so bad with time. But anyway, I started off as a face streamer, and then I think I got very addicted to Centrea's stream,
Okay.
and I kept watching her all the time. And then I was like, you know what? I want to be an anime girl. I want to be anime girl. Why shouldn't I? So I made my model, my first model, and then I just went for it basically. Uh, I think I knew about Twitch from the Trash Taste Boys first,
The Trash
and that's how
Taste Boys.
yeah, Trash
Hmm.
Taste Boys.
Nice.
So that's how I knew about like well, I knew there was a website, but it wasn't as big back in the day. Like people were on it, but it wasn't like a mainstream thing, right? So that's how I got to know about it because they were streaming. The Trash Boys, yeah.
Hmm. Now, did you meet Maid Butler on here, or were you friends pre?
So we are friends previously. We are in the same like we've known each other for a long time. He is basically like my everything. He is my tech guy. He's my boss. He does everything for me. Uh, so yeah, he fixes everything that I break. But I
Um.
knew him from beforehand.
Okay. Yeah. So I came to Twitch because I've known about Twitch, but I was never gonna come on here. And
Mm.
I like Resident Evil, but it's not my favorite series. And I'd be watching these videos on YouTube, and I seen this speedrunner named Bakbas. He kind of got me over here.
Mm.
So I was like the same way. I like there was an outside group that I took into, came over here, tried it myself, and I like you also didn't care. Well, I don't know if you didn't care, but I didn't like the face like flesh tuber as I like to.
Mm.
So I was like, I'm gonna quit streaming in general, and then I ran into Tob.
Ah,
I,
well,
ra- I ran into Tob
that's one
through
does.
Flesh. Oh, I think
Mm-hmm.
like Isis, or no, it was Rilliver. Lever? I don't know. She's Australian, but I ran into Tob, and then I'm like, yep, this is what I'm gonna do. this is
Yeah.
this seems like the way to go. And ever since then, I've met so many awesome people. So I gotta
Oh yeah, there's so many cool people VTubing,
I
and
gotta
just like in the general community.
thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Hello, Relite. Hello, Curly. Our curry noodles.
Early noodles. Sounds yummy.
Curly noodles. Yeah, curry noodles and Jan Bendayo. Is that how you said it?
Yes. Jin, Jin.
Jen's been here before,
Yeah.
and so is Rel. Um, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, Mr. Jones.
um, all right. So, second question: if somebody was to come to your channel, what would they see on your channel?
Oh, right now they won't see a lot because I've been away for a bit. But if they're staying around, then they're probably just gonna see. I do a lot of like art streams, but
Okay.
they're actually just chatting streams disguised as art streams. I talk a lot. Like, uh, I I don't know how we should because I'm not actually a person who is very talkative in person, like in real life. But somehow, like on stream, I just end up talking a lot and then ranting a lot.
Hey,
And
I think that this is like our key to do it because like
yeah,
we're
right?
we're shielded. We got this animated character, all the work for us.
True.
We just push all the buttons.
Friendship ain't about
Yeah,
trust.
a lot of like
Friendship is
talking
about
stuff. I
non
do
trust.
right now. I'm doing a gameplay of the house in Fata Morgana that you have seen as well. It's basically just like a visual novel. It's kind of a new thing though, because usually my streams are a little bit more high energy. Not to like Tob level. Tob is a fucking beast.
Right.
But I usually where it's a lot of like joking around and stuff. But I really wanted to play that game, and I was like, I really want to play this game, and I also really want to talk about it. But if I just play it and talk about it, nobody will know what the fuck is going on. So I have to play it on stream so I can talk about it later. So I decided to do like a bedtime story thing. Um, which is basically my excuse for being more low energy because I'm like, I'm about to go to bed. So that's why I'm
But
just gonna be like chill.
oh yeah, you do it like at midnight time, wrapping up.
Mm.
Okay. By the way,
And usually, yeah, go
Yareko-san,
ahead.
thank you for the follow.
Who?
Yareko?
Yari? Yari! Ah,
Uh,
Yari, welcome in. A fellow drow.
oh, we got elves in the
Yeah, we got elves in the house. Elf on a shelf. Elf
nice.
at the door. Ohio. Ohio, Yariko. But yeah, it's very late. Usually, when I started VTubing, actually, I usually did around that time as well, like really late streams because sleep schedule and whatever. But in the last half year, I would say I've been moving more towards afternoon for me, or like late afternoon, early evening instead, which it's it fits me, but I miss out on a lot of American homies when I do.
And Western Europe.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they are usually like, yeah, I guess, but they're waking up around that time as
Right,
well.
right. Early birds. If you get
Mm.
those early bird Western Europe, they're
Mm.
they're very fun, very
Yeah, look at Cuppy. I mean, she's like middle, well, southern, southern Europe. Where is Italy? Southern Europe.
it'd be south.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she fits the bill for high energy European. But yeah, um, so I mean, it's been good, but I don't know, like, because I change games all the time. I just play what I want to play. I've been trying to make a more like, I've been trying to like finish games lately,
Okay.
which I was really bad at before. So that's why I'm gonna keep going with like Fata Morgana until we're finished. But man, it's so hard. I still haven't finished Elden Ring yet. I'm gonna start from the beginning and play it again.
It's an amazing game and it's worth a couple tries. So no worries on
I love it. I really enjoyed it. It's just that I got busy. I, so I still kind of work outside of Twitch as well.
that.
Not in a 9 to 5, but I will have to go like because I talked about this before, so I'll just mention it. But I model in real life, so I have a very unpredictable schedule. So I just get called in randomly. So it's a little bit hard to make schedules and stuff for Twitch because it's just based on vibes basically. Like I had a shoot today. I'm very tired. I can't stream, but I'm free for like 2 weeks after this, so maybe I'll just like stream several days in a row. So it'd be like that. It's a kind of my channel is kind of all over the place, but uh, people seem to enjoy it. So far so good.
Right, right. That, it's the process that counts. Like
Mm,
you're putting it all together, but it like nothing's solid yet. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's the same way for me. Like I was working a 3 to 11:30 American shift. I don't do that now, so it's like, oh,
Mm,
now what am I gonna do?
yeah.
Schedules always change.
Yeah.
So, um,
Exactly.
the follow up question: where would you like to see your channel go?
Ooh. That's a good question. because I mean, I think a lot of people think about this when they have like a platform, right? Uh, because I do want to change up a lot of stuff. In terms of content, I don't know if it would change because it's it's very much like how I like it right now, where I'm very comfortable. Because a lot of people start with like, you know, trying to play it up or trying to play a character, but I kind of, since I started from face streaming, it just kind of naturally led into like, oh yeah, here's me, but like here's also my OC. Here's my OC. Please look at her. Um, but I am planning on doing more character related stuff. So uh I want to do more like lore related stuff as well. So I'm leaning more into art stuff this year. I'm gonna get a new model, and I am going to do a kind of like a official debut thing. To just to have a more solid theme to my channel. Because personally, as a viewer, I really like channels that, and like VTubers in general, that stick to a theme and they have like a character that revolves, their content revolves around, right? Uh, so that's like what I personally like to watch. Even if they play like, whatever, like, uh, I don't know, like any game, like Souls games or like shooting games or whatever.
Okay.
As long as like there's this like lore in the background, I really enjoy that. So I want to have that too. So that's what I'm planning on leaning more into in the future. Uh, and like this year is basically just gonna be to grind for that. Even in the start of the year, I went live and I was like, okay, guys, I'm not gonna stream that much this year. I need to finish this shit because like I've been postponing it for so long. And even though I do want to stream, uh, it's like this thing that I want to finish before I feel like I can like relax, right? And maybe that's feelings like left over from my 9 to 5 job where I feel like I need to do something to be productive. But still, like there's this thing I want to finish where I'm like I want to have my, in quotations, forever model, and I want to have more of a fun theme that people can play around with. So like I'm leaning more into the office thing, right? Even though
Right.
there's like more to the lore, but like mainly like office elf. Because right now I don't even have like, you know, my office outfit because I was like, I'm gonna add it on later and then it just never happened. And yeah. So
Like,
that's what people can expect.
again, like I said, it's a building process.
It
Like
is,
we
it
we
is.
we we don't even know most of the time where we're gonna be a year from now. Comes to
Mm,
kind of thing. Like I have plans. You just said you laid out some of your plans that you want to achieve. We'll get there when we get there, and
yep,
people get to watch us on the way, which is awesome.
exactly.
All right, so we're gonna rewind a little bit. Now you
Yeah.
said that you your model.
Yeah.
Now
I draw all of my models.
you drew your model. Did
I
you?
drew my model, yes.
Yeah, a drow model. Did
Yeah.
you did you rig it
But
too,
I
or
did. I did.
so you know all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I'm very slow. I'm trying to learn more. So like I can do it. My art is getting a little bit faster, but my rigging is a uh oof. I can it's like it's a thing that you need to practice it to be better, like everything else, right?
Right.
And then it just takes time, but I can do it. I think you've watched Shiro before. So I did his model.
Oh, Giro
Uh,
Leone.
Sarah_Sarah.
Oh, Zero. Oh, I was about to say. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, multiple I 00. Okay.
Yeah, multiple eyes, Sarah.
Okay.
I drew and rigged his model as well, which was like a big challenge for me. But I'm very happy with it. And I'm just like, I want to improve in this area too, because I just feel like, honestly, like VTuber models right now are kind of lacking. And I'm not saying that in a way where it's like, oh, they're like impossible to watch or anything like that. But I mean, like, it's a very high benchmark to get um, really good models, right?
Right.
And there's always like something about them. Like even with my current model, I'm like, oh, there's so much things I want to change. There's so much things that I wish I could do. And like technically I can do it, but I would need like a lot of money, and I'm like very stingy. So um, I just gotta do it. I just gotta fucking do it myself. Uh, but yeah, I'm sorry I went on a tangent, but
Yeah, no, it's
like
okay.
so that's why I've been doing it myself, as in like I want to implement stuff that I haven't really seen a lot of people do. Uh, Nothing like completely new, of course, because like everything has been done. But it's just that I want. Hmm, actually, I guess you'll see when I make my new model.
It's okay.
To cut it short,
You're
I'll do it, and then you can see it.
you're setting up questions for me already. So I was gonna ask. So you're more of a fan of 2D over 3D, correct?
um, Short answer, yes.
Okay.
Long answer is it really depends. I'm really picky when it comes to 3D models. Um, in terms of like what I would want for myself,
Hmm.
right? Um, I like 3D models that look 2D, if that makes sense.
Oh,
So
I think that 2D gives that like sharp feel.
yeah, because I like stylized stuff. I don't like too realistic, and I don't like when it's uh jank when it doesn't look like it's supposed to be jank.
Right.
You know what I mean? I do love like meme models, so like stuff that looks like fugly, but you know that it's meant to be like fugly. But yeah, in terms of like generally, I much prefer 2D
Right.
because I feel like it's just more expressive.
One second. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Kat. Um,
Yeah.
hopefully you have a good stream as well. Uh, Meow is a Latvian, I guess, flesh tuber streamer, campaign games.
Ah.
He's a streaky guy. He doesn't take any days off. I don't I don't
Oh,
I don't
hard worker.
yeah I don't think I could ever do that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm too like in Thailand we call it like sabai sabai.
I
It
usually
means like chill.
I usually do 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, 5 days.
yeah.
That's quite a lot still.
But it helps you grow. No one's gonna
It
find you
does.
if you're not online.
Exactly. That's so true.
Bye, bye.
Sabai sabai. Yeah, that's me.
All right. So we're gonna merge or segue. That would be better. Segue into some topics I have picked out for you, and I'll let you
Yeah.
on them. Um,
Shoot.
we could go off your origin and lore. Wanted to start there. We could do that in like, okay? um, do some of your past games that you streamed that you really enjoyed, especially games from 2020. Um, and on top of that, we other things like music, hobby, food preferences, and last but not least, challenging art projects.
Oh. Oh, there's a lot. There's a wide range. I was prepared to hear. Let's segue to our sponsor, NordVPN. Today,
NordVPN.
oh man, where to start? I mean, we can save the lure for later. Uh,
Raid
Raid
Shadow
Shadow Legend.
Legend. I hate when I see Raid Shadow Legends in places it doesn't.
I know, right?
I was watching like a food guy, and he stopped mid food like cooking, and he's like,
Yeah.
this video is brought to you by." And then
It's always like that.
he explains the game, and I'm like, dude, get back to the steaks. What are you doing?
Manscape, yes. Oh my god. I kind of I mean like at the same time when like get that bag, you know. You get your money. But also like I'll skip it.
I mean, it is kind of funny to see it there, but at least it hasn't shown up in anything in like poor taste. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You know, like say like a child's fund for like troubled kids or kids that are coming from a bad home. And the mid talking about it, they have this like sad child there, and they're like, "Oh, and this is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends." Like, buy Raid Shadow Legends for this. I'm like, no, I'm not giving my money to Raid. I'm trying to give it to you and these kids.
So good. I was watching sorry, like I need to tell the story. I was watching like a news channel, not a VTuber news channel. This was like a while ago when like the whole YouTube drama thing was like a big thing, right? I was watching like a news channel, and she was talking about whatever drama happened on that day or whatever. And in the middle, she was like, "Oh yeah, this video is sponsored by Love Us." The fucking sex toy company.
Oh God, really?
And I was like, wait, what? You never talked about like sex positive things ever. She's like, oh yes, I love this toy. And I'm like, wait, this is YouTube. Love Sense, yeah, something like Love Sense.
Oh God.
And I was like, oh my god. And she just pulled it out. And I was like, wait. I just want to know about Shane Dawson. uh, it's so funny.
Well, like
We
you,
live in a society.
like you said, people got to get that bag.
They gotta get that bag.
It's an interesting world we live in. We're on it. Like we could merge into the topics, and I'll just ask this: what do you think about ads on this app?
Oh man. Oh man. Uh ain't that a can of worms? Like I think this is also what sparked the whole conversation about YouTube within like Konibini, which is like the three of us girls,
Mhm.
me, Jin, and Kapi. But the ads on this website is just I don't know how to keep fucking it up. I'm sorry, I can curse on this show, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's late night, and they had a mature audience thing when they.
Okay, cool. They keep fucking it up. Like I don't know why they can't just do like a banner ad and then call it a day and just keep it there because people won't mind like banner ads as much as like a fucking video that comes up and interrupts the stream where you can't hear anything. It's so stupid. And like I don't know, it just keeps getting worse too. It wasn't as bad about a year ago. And then they introduced the whole like where you can choose how much ads you want to show. And then even if you turn it off, it just keeps showing ads.
Well, it will always do a pre-roll regardless for non-subscribers. I've
Mm,
learned that, and I have all my ads turned. But
yeah.
but even if you like don't subscribe and you come in here, you still gotta watch them regardless.
Yeah.
I don't have pre-roll or anything like that. What I was gonna ask you is like, why haven't they approached us yet about advertising um for
Yeah.
them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we could drop links to that, which is much more effective because no one wants to watch the ads. Um,
Yeah.
and give us like a share.
Because
Like
they're dumb.
we're not even asking for a big share. We're pushing your thing that has to be here. You force it on us, and we're just doing it for you. We want a small cut,
Yeah.
like
It's
1 or 2% of whatever it might be.
right. Like it's so it doesn't make sense. Like how they're approaching it. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I almost forgot. Sorry, I'm gonna change the topic a little bit. It'll be very fast.
No, it's okay.
I have a gift for you.
You have a gift for me.
I have a gift for you for your birthday. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna like make my screen freeze, but I'll do it real quick. Yeah, it's for you. Copy link.
Ah, shit.
Ah shit. Here you go. I sent it on Discord.
I guess
Sorry, I'm making my screen freeze.
sent it in this.
Yeah. It's a
Oh, no way.
you don't have to use it, but it's a starting or ending screen or BRB screen. So if you click on the video, it's gonna move as well. You can put the text on the bottom left if you want, of course. Okay, hold on, let me
No, no, no.
fix my model. There we go.
It's okay. If you don't mind, I'll show it at the end. I'll actually
Oh yeah, sure. No, no, no worries.
I'll actually pull it out. So um
Heck yeah.
that was very kind of you.
It's your birthday, dude. You get gifts on your birthday.
No, but nobody makes me art unless it's like I contributed to something. Like I'll go to I watch a lot of artist streamers. I can't do art myself because my hands shake like I'm made out of pure espresso. But um, the only thing I could do is sing poorly, so I do that for my audience.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Yes.
Honestly, though, like the longer you're on the platform, the more art will just naturally accumulate. It's weird. Like I, even though as an artist, it still surprises me that people just draw stuff and then give it to you.
Yeah, so it's like, whoa.
Like
I
what is this? And then like even as somebody who does it too, I'm like I still don't really understand. I'm like, because like it's easy to understand when you do it yourself, right? But then you're like, but for me, it's for me. This you gift for me. But yeah, it's gonna accumulate over time.
Thank you for the birthday wishes, Capsize. Okay, so
I
um,
just realized one of my hair is broken.
one of your
I think it's
broken?
from like yeah, one of hair physics doesn't work, so now it's only like one fringe side.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
stiff.
Yeah, I see.
It's
I see.
probably from the whole computer thing,
Is
which we
that
can talk about later.
yeah? Which I guess we can start that. So
Oh yeah, we can.
which topic would you like?
I mean, we can talk about my PC.
We could talk about your piece.
Unless you want to talk about something more like,
No.
substantial.
No. It's topics, and then I do like a little bit of this and that, and then
Mm.
I talk about upcoming events. Usually that takes about 2 hours with everything combined. So we could tackle some. Let's talk about your piece.
Yeah. Maybe this is why I rant all the time on stream because shit keeps happening and then I need to talk about it. But um so like a few like it happened a couple days before I texted you, but my PC suddenly blue screened, right?
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well, shit. This never happened before. I have a secondhand PC, but it's still like I never had any issues with it. Um, so I tried to fix it. I kind of fixed it, so I just hit it a few times and then it kind of worked again.
You hit
But I
it.
had to go away from home after that. Yeah, I did like like those old TVs. I did that.
um.
I gave it a little bonk and
This,
then it ran again. So I was like, oh, cool. This
I,
is why I have a tech guy. I tend to.
Maid was probably like, "You did what? Yeah, you bonked
But
your."
then it worked. And then they were like, oh, okay, cool. It was something was probably just loose.
I would laugh more if Maid was like, "Hey, did you try bonking it?" But okay, so
Right, it worked, right?
you went away for a couple days and then came
Yeah.
back to dead on arrival.
My Yes. Oh, well, it did the same thing. So it did start up. So it kept starting up. So I was like, okay, so the energy is working. The like I still had my Windows and everything, like my Windows program and stuff. So I was like, okay, what could be wrong with it? And since all of those are working, it must be the GPU, right? Uh, because that would make sense. Like either the CPU or the GPU or the motherboard. One of those like big boys. Uh, so it kept blue screening after like 5 minutes of being open. If even 5 minutes, it just kept dying. So we took it into a store, and then I looked through it, and they were like, "Oh, we can't really find an issue. Like we can't find what's wrong with it. Like maybe you need to uh, just update your SSD card because it just keeps frying. And we were like, oh. And then he took out the SSD card, and we were like, oh, what's this? It was a fucking cockroach egg on my SSD card, right in the spot that where if it was over there, like it prevented it from starting up because it needed to be in touch with oxygen or whatever, something like that. He was explaining it, but I was like, my mind was blank because I was like, it was a fucking cockroach. Like,
They
I was
uh they like there's like certain oils and they get
and
attracted.
it's warm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it makes sense.
it makes sense, but also like, how did it get in there? It's not the holes are not even that big. It was only one. It was only one, luckily, but it was only one, and it was in the exact spot where it caused my SSD to fry. So the more we booted it, the more it fried. So I just lost it. Luckily, I had a backup, as in like another SSD, but nothing of the data on it. So I've been just reinstalling everything. Uh, I still had to figure out my Steam situation because I do have my Steam games downloaded on my Drive D, so it should be alright. But I just need to move it over. And even the setup today, I was just like, "Oh shit, nothing is working." But I fixed it in time, except one piece of my hair apparently.
The
But yeah, here we are. We made it.
um speaking of like installing things, um so I started VTubing in August,
Mm.
and I came into this game blind, no experience,
Mm.
very little tutorials because I'm not a guy to sit here and watch a tutorial. I just rather learn on my own.
Yeah.
And my debut was stuff the garbage, and people that I highly admire followed me that day and
Nah.
and chatted, and
Nah.
uh, I couldn't
It's alright.
I couldn't even show my model. I was playing Elden Ring
Oh,
too,
no.
so I played
Why would
El
why would you play Elden Ring with
yeah,
your
yeah, I just wanted to play Elden Ring with my new mom.
model? That was your first mistake.
Yeah, and I was just blinking uncontrollably. I did not know how to adjust anything, nor did I read up on it. But
Oh man.
I was one of these guys who just installed it, started it up, hit start stream. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Terrible,
Mm.
terrible idea.
It I mean, it's a pretty common thing, no? Scuffed abuse. I haven't had my debut yet. I just went into it. I was just like, here's my PNG. I'm playing this game today.
Well,
um
you'll have an opportunity coming up.
oh yeah. Like I'm not in a rush either. I do feel like uh debuts have been kind of it's been kind of it's in a weird position now, like in the VTuber community, because I think a lot of people feel, especially newcomers, feel like they have to do a debut. They have to have a model. They have to have this and this and this and that. The overlay, the redeems, the emotes and stuff like that. But I feel like those things, especially starting out, is only really necessary for corporation VTubers. When you're starting off as a streamer, a lot of people or like a VTuber streamer. A lot of people forget that it's just streaming. It's literally just streaming with a cartoon character or whatever character that you have
Right.
that is not a face cam. Um, and I don't know, like I've seen a lot of debuts recently where I'm like just curious and I pop in to see like how it's going, or like they've been hyping up their debut for so long and then they do their debut. And I'm like, this person has never streamed a day in their life. Why are they doing this? And not in a sense of like, oh, they shouldn't do this, but like, dude, just do test streams. Just stream with like no image, or like just do anything that will give you a chance to get the feel of it. You don't even need a PNG to start out, honestly. I think a lot of people get like hung up on this whole theme of being a VTuber before being a streamer and entertainer. Uh, and I think that the whole facade, honestly, of the VTuber community, in quotation, has made people think that. I kind
Very,
of respect those who go all out on the get-go, though.
yeah.
So like, it's situational, right? So we have a friend named Nergu Han.
Okay.
He's he's really cool. But he basically did what Curry said just now. Like he just went all out. A really good model, a really good layout, overlay. Uh, but he has the charisma for it though. So like he has that ability to talk like an entertainer. He has the ability to like interact with chat. He definitely has past experiences, whether it be in entertainment or in some other job. Like for me, it was PR. I worked in PR, right? So like it's other skills that makes you able to do that kind of thing. But a
Right.
lot of people who get started, they never done even public speaking before, right? Uh, and that's fine, but you need to work up your skill level before you get started. Well, you don't need to. You don't need to do anything I'm saying. But like it would be good.
Um, you know where I came
But yeah.
from right before streaming? Um, I
Job
I was
interview?
nope. I was on a little show called Billions Showtime. I don't know if you know.
Oh, I don't know. Let me look it up. Hold on. I'm
Uh,
gonna pause my model again.
I'm in season 4. Michael Bolton. I don't know which one that is. I think it's like 2. Or it might be season 4, episode 4. Not sure.
Hey yo, really?
Yeah.
How did that go? Tell
Uh,
us about it.
I got to meet famous people, but like if you watch the episode, um, I was also in an HBO TV show called The Deuce. I was in a CBS TV show called Instinct. So I was actually like a television actor, and then I jumped on Twitch thinking, this is cheaper. No, I don't have to travel to New York City all the time.
Yeah. Oh,
um,
that's so cool. No, that's exactly what I'm talking about though.
mhm.
Because like you can definitely tell that you have experience outside of like Twitch. Because even though you started pretty recently, right? Like you
uh,
know how to
August.
handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, it's so recent. It's been like a few months. Uh, but yeah, you can definitely tell that you're able to like handle yourself in front of people, in front of an audience.
I've always wanted to voice act, and it's so hard to get into that game because
Oh yeah,
not only does it pay less than a regular actor, you're gonna get thrown into some trash productions. Catch anything actually.
for sure.
It is not very like with regular acting. You could be picking and choosing what you want to jump into. Casting directors prefer that. They don't want you coming to them and wasting time. They want you to come like wanting to do what you're there for.
Yeah,
Where voice acting, no, voice acting is basically they're looking for sounds. They don't care like or what you.
yeah.
And that's a harder game, much harder game. So shout out to anybody who's voice acted in video games, animated cartoons, even narrated commercials, such like that. I have no idea.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Have you seen that Jonas Scott is doing a voice act program
Oh
for
really?
VTubers?
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
really?
he's doing like a thing where he's gonna open opportunities for VTubers to get a chance to voice act in projects and stuff. Or like I think it's also a course. He hasn't released it yet, but he mentioned it on stream that that's something that he's working on.
Do we have a link for him that we could post in chat?
Jonas Scott, let me find him. His VTuber is Alpha Aniki.
Okay.
He's the one who did Legacy for Beastars.
Okay.
Also, sorry. Whenever I tap into my browser, my model just changes position.
It's okay.
Okay, here. Uh, I'll just put his VTuber account because I think that's where he's doing it.
Okay.
So that's his Twitter, and I think yeah, just keep an eye out for that because it seems really interesting. Because he's been in the voice acting game for like a long time.
It's not something that like I would want to do all the time. Because most
Mm,
most of the voice actors that I respect, they're mostly American. I haven't caught any anime voice actors or
mm,
even video game. There's a couple video actors that I really respect, but like your Nolan North, your Troy Bakers,
mm.
I respect them. But my favorite voice actors are like Dana Snyder. I don't know if you know who that is.
No, I'm not too familiar with the voice acting scene. I only know Jonah and what's his name? He also has a VTuber now. CY. That guy.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's a guy. It's another VTuber who's been in the voice acting industry for a long time. Pro CD. Oh my god. Pro CD. Let's go. But
I
yeah, more like uh anime side, like dub people
yeah.
that I'm familiar with.
I think his name is Roger Craig Smith. He has got some range. He does Sonic the Hedgehog in the video games, right?
Ooh.
But he's also Chris Redfield, a couple Resident Evil. And when you
Ooh.
play them, and you're like, no, there's no way, this is the same guy. And if I'm not mistaken, he voices Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. I could be wrong though.
Oh, god dang, that
Right,
range.
right, crazy range. But I appreciate people at range. Um, Matt
I'm
Mercer.
Matt Mercer. I'm I mean, I'm a drought. I'm a D&D fan.
Are you gonna
Matt
watch the
Mercer is
movie when that comes
amazing.
out?
Yeah,
You will.
for sure. Yeah.
It
I know
seems
a lot of people are like boycotting it, but
seems silly.
after like it seems silly, but like it seems silly in a Pacific Rim kind of way, where
Oh,
it's like it seems kind of fun in
yeah,
a bad way.
right. I can't imagine that it's gonna satisfy all the audiences that like
Oh
that,
no way.
but give it a chance. It might be okay.
I will.
Um, I'm a bit of a cinephile. And people are like, "How do you find time to watch things?" And I'm like, "Here's the trick. I don't. I only watch specific things that I want." Yeah,
Same.
like people are like, "Did you see this?" No, actually, I didn't see this, but I did see like a couple movies last year that I appreciated, or a couple.
For me, it's like it's kind of like that too. But then for movies that I don't want to watch, I just watch a summary because
Right.
I still want to know. Like I'm very curious when it comes to movies, so I will watch the ones that seem really interesting to me, and then I would just watch like a summary video on stuff that I kind of don't feel like watching, but I want to know anyway.
Like there might have been only 2 TV shows last year and one anime that I even liked.
Hmm.
I liked Blue Lock. I don't know if
Mm.
you saw that.
I didn't watch it, but I heard a lot about it.
It's like a soccer anime, but
Yeah.
it's much deeper than that.
I mean, sport anime always is.
Yeah. Um
It's never about just sports.
and I thought House of the Dragon and Stranger Things were they were probably my favorite TV.
Yeah, good. I never finished so what I did with like Game of Thrones, like the first series is I watched the first 4 seasons and
Okay.
then I just completely fell off and then I watched the last episode.
All right, so you did the safe route because after season 4, George R. R. Martin was no longer involved.
I heard. I was
So
like, there's no way I'm gonna continue watching this. I
right.
don't even know what's going on anymore.
So they went horribly off source material from 5-ish.
Mm.
Which is okay because they just didn't have the time or the budget. No offense
Mm.
to live action Game of Thrones fans, but that show really needed to be an animated series because you could have just did everything.
That would have been so cool.
Right.
Like Castlevania style.
Yeah. Well, you could just
Oh, that would have been so sick.
they could have did everything they wanted to do. They could have did
Yeah.
Lady Stoneheart and a proper Euron Great stuff like that.
Mm.
And it would
What's your
have
favorite movie?
uh oh here you've probably never seen it. It's called As Good as It Gets,
As Good as It Gets.
starring
Um,
Jack Nicholson.
it sounds familiar. Let me actually look it up.
It's a 90s film.
Ah, I
So
haven't seen it. I have seen the poster for it
so
with the dog.
the portrayal of somebody with obsessive compulsive disorder,
Mm.
he completely nails it.
Oh.
The Witcher with Liam Hemsworth. Oh, people are so mad about that though. Like they're like, oh, not the guy that dated Miley Cyrus. I'm like, but he's Thor's brother. Give him a chance.
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna watch it.
No one's gonna watch it. That's like recasting Rick and Morty at this point. No one's
It's
gonna.
true.
No one's gonna
Nobody's
watch Rick
gonna
and
watch it.
Morty without Royland. Who cares if he's like a scumbag? I don't know what he. I don't know what he did, but I'm one of these guys who I don't jump the gun on the whole "you're guilty, let's bury you" thing right away. Like a lot of people hate the actor Kevin Spacey for all the shit he did. Yet he's been found not guilty on everything. And it's not like I'm a Kevin Spacey like supporter or anything, but I'm like, I'm not gonna bury this guy because he's not guilty of anything. He might be a creeper, but there's plenty of creepers out there, and we all, well, not we all, but pop culture idolizes a lot of them. But
Yeah,
like
that's the internet for you.
like Drake, Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Definitely them two are creepers, but they're not hated.
yeah.
They're not hated at all.
Nah, it's weird. It's a weird thing. Like for me, uh, when it comes to like stuff like famous people and actors and people who actually do shitty things, I'm more in like the school of like, yeah, I don't like this person, so like I'm not gonna idolize them, right? But I I definitely see where you're coming from with people just jump the gun and
Right. For all we know,
it's a mess. It's
for
a
all,
mess.
for all we know, Royland's gonna be found not guilty from everything, and they fired him from his cartoon shows and his gaming company launch, who made High on Life, and that made me sad because High on Life was top 3 favorite games for me last year.
Oh,
But a
really?
lot of people hated that game because of how short it was. But I thought that story was very creative and it was funny and it made me laugh and it was just an overall good time. I would say Elden Ring, Cult of the Lamb, and High on Life were my favorite games last.
Interesting. I haven't watched a full gameplay of High on Life because every time I watch it, every time somebody plays it,
They're
I get
watching.
a headache
They're
and I
watching.
feel like puking.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say they're watching TV.
No, no, I feel like sick watching it. Not from like it's like oh it's disgusting. It's more like oh my god, there's so much motion, there's so much color. I feel like puking, so I can't watch it
And
and I can't play
an alien liking High on Life sounds like a vested interest. Well,
it.
I will say, in my defense, I think
Hmm.
Alien Isolation is like not a great game, and
Does anybody think it's a great game?
it's just jump scare. That's all.
It is. It is. I will say it's cool visually, like Alien Isolation, um, but it's only good for the first half an hour.
once you figure
And
out once you figure out that the vents are leaking and just stay away from them, It's not
Yeah.
really that hard.
Curry. Whoa.
um, what's another alien game that I
Yeah, it's an
probably
alien game.
um Mass Effect?
Huh.
That's an
I
alien
never
game,
played
right?
it. I
Uh,
guess so.
they're hit and miss. Uh,
Sassy Ben Baka, haha, top bottom VTuber, VTuber. Oh my god, buzzwords.
he I gotta give Fuzz a shout out. So Fuzz recently had Enrico.
Yeah, 11.
So
And he's my friend.
he recently had Enrico on, and they were talking about um words that um
Amazing. I'm
and
gonna go check it out.
and I'm one of these persons that never used those terms before. So it's really, really funny when people point that out as like an ongoing, I don't know, I want to call it a trend. What would you call that?
It's just buzzwords,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, uh, as somebody who's been on the internet for very long, I would say that my, what would you say? Like internet literacy is very high because I've just been on the like like this side of the internet for very long. But oh my god, it's so tiring. It's so tiring seeing this like being thrown around and like people uh keep using it like unironically and thinking that it's funny. Like I honestly had this issue with recently with the word mommy as well. So it started off with a joke, right? Like 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 oh my god, like mommy sorry. Like it was a funny haha meme. And now people keep fucking coming into my streams and be like, "Hello, mommy." And I'm like, "Fuck off." I'm not your fucking mom.
Oh God.
It's so annoying. And then like
How far?
whenever I tell them like, "Don't call me mom. I'm not your mother." And they're like, "Oh, but you're mommy." And I'm like, "No, I'm not your mother." Stop. So annoying.
So do you
I don't have kids. I'll never have kids. Fuck off.
do you send these so-called children to their room or in a corner? They get grounded.
It depends. It depends. So like some of them, I have a reoccurring viewer who will kind of bring it up when as soon as they come in, and then they will kind of drop it, and I'm like, okay, like you're just like, you're just picking on me a little bit. That's fine. But if they come in and they're like keep talking about it, they will just go to the shadow realm. There's just, I will. I think as a streamer, I'm kind of lenient on a lot of like quote unquote streamer teasing and streamer bullying. Uh, but as soon as it gets like annoying, for real, I'm just like, you gotta get out of here. You just gotta. And also, my mods are pretty fast as well. So even if I don't say anything, they will usually just send people uh to hell.
Okay.
Very fast.
The Phantom Zone.
The Phantom Zone.
They're just floating away
Especially
in their
June.
box.
She's very trigger happy.
I hear that. I see. I don't have any. I have had mods, but I don't have any mods currently.
Mm-hmm.
Because their one job is to protect the streamer, make sure that there's nothing sketchy going on in chat.
Mm.
And my one occasion where I had two mods, they escalated the situation that happened, and I did not want that to happen at all. Why am I being the person
Yeah.
blocking this person right now?
Yeah.
I was playing The Last of Us during Pride Month, and Ellie is like one of the first ever LGBTQ protagonists of
Yeah.
any video game, and it's like highlighted that is.
Yeah.
And somebody came in with problems, and
Of course.
and they actually even went to my personal PlayStation account, like messaged me and stuff like that. I'm like, why didn't you guys get rid of
Bruh.
this way before it
Yeah.
happened? Very embarrassed.
Just ban. Ban first, think later.
So they got let go, but we're still friends, I guess. Like they do their own thing now. It's been a while, but that was my experience having mods so far, and I haven't had them since. But I would like some because there's often times where I have audio issues, or something that I don't
Mm,
know, like a pickup for. Would
yeah.
streamer be my therapist?
Streamer, I want to talk about my dead dog.
Right.
Why won't you listen to me, streamer? But yeah, I was pretty lucky with my mods. I feel like when ever since even before I did VTubing, I always felt like I didn't really need mods until like, I was in like the tens of thousands of followers or something like that, right? Because I'm like, I can handle this. I can do shoutouts, whatever. Because usually I don't do first-person shooter games or anything, so I don't need to like keep my eyes on the game at all times. But I've been very lucky with the people who are willing to be my mod, like Jun and Kapi, for example, and also I call him Radish, Reliite.
Okay.
He's like a god mod. Like he's so fast with everything, and I'm like, how do you? Because personally, I would say even though I am mod for like the girls, for example, I feel like I'm like the worst mod ever. Not because like I don't know when to ban people, but my attention span is just terrible. Because like when I watch streams, I don't watch them, right?
Right.
Like I will pop in for like a few minutes and then I go do something else. But I still have them on, or like I will have them on in the background and then like because I need to have other stuff going on. I can't just watch a stream like from start to finish,
Here's
especially Twitch streams.
well,
Sorry, go ahead.
here's where I would fail as a mod. Um, I try to put myself in their perspective coming into the
Mm.
chat. So here's me giving them a chance
Oh
without
no.
without the streamer's permission of giving them a chance because I don't know what the streamer's thinking. So I would be bad there. Like I would, I was like, oh, they were just trying to do this, try to make the streamer understand, and the streamer's probably like, no, get them the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know. I'm a quite tender person, passionate,
Yeah. Pun intended.
unintended.
Yeah, I'm very I think me and my mods are very much on the same wavelength when it comes to like, yeah, I get this person out. As soon as like also feel like when you get a first chatter and they come in and they're just like, hi, can I ask you a question? I can feel the tension from all of my
They're
I
like,
feel them like tense up and like stare at the shot. I can feel it physically. I'm like, oh shit, here we go again.
did they
Like,
did they come in here for a D's nuts joke?
right.
Oh God.
It's so funny. But yeah. It's very useful to have mods, especially when you're very bad at managing stuff yourself, like me. So like even though I can keep up with like shout outs and stuff, banning bots, for example, I'm very slow. Like I've had like my mods ban bots like in the middle of the like I will open OBS and I just see them banning bots. Like on a random Tuesday, like I'm like, oh okay, sure, thank you.
Well,
And
at this point, the bots no longer. Well, they still do post once in a while, but
mm,
now I just checked mine really quick. You
mm,
will like if you're a person that's like under 50 viewers, you will find bots as viewers. And
yeah.
I don't know where they benefit from that. They only really benefit from chatting and leaving links and stuff like that. But and that's for people dumb enough to fall for it. Um,
Mm,
but I catch all the Twitter news of like, oh, make sure you're checking your viewers because you might have like hostile viewer bots watching you that might get you in trouble for having like bot viewers, like
yeah.
a benefit to push you to a partner or whatever. And
Yeah.
I don't actually check my I was curious right now, but I don't actually check them. I'm like, I'm a guy who never checks that shit. So what if I get banned or something like that for something I'm not even paying
Yeah.
attention to?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so on top of your game. I'm so grateful. But also like how? How do you do it? How are you like always thinking about these things like for mods? Uh, but yeah, it's really useful. I've seen a lot of people. I don't really have this issue, but uh, the same people mod for some of like my friends as well. And so many times streamers forget to change the title or forget to change the collab command before streams. Uh, and I just see like Radish just changing it at the beginning. Like he already knows. He knows they didn't update their title. He knows they didn't update the collab. So you would just see him like correct the command and correct the title before the stream even like properly gets started. It's so funny.
Um, I gotta ask because this is something that I've always been interested.
Mm,
When it comes to streaming for you,
mm,
um, there a time and place for you to like not. Well, so I guess I don't want to sound like not focus on chat, but say we're doing something like now, right?
mm-hmm,
But more people are involved. Got way more people
mm.
talking, and it might be overwhelming. Is there a time and place where you would leave your mod and like, hey, this person said this, and answer this or whatever, or how would you handle that?
I think right now I'm still at a point where I can read everything. I don't think I've ever like I had like maybe a couple moments where I'm like, oh, chat is moving really fast. I can't keep up. But even then, it's been like discussion streams, so I can just go back and check chat. Uh, but usually for my mods at least, I don't. They don't even ask.
You know,
They
ask?
just like they will ban people, and I trust them fully. So I will just be like, oh, what did they do? And they were like, oh, they said like slur, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
Like it's been very smooth for me. But usually, like in this situation, for example, I am reading chat, like I'm looking at what they're saying, and then sometimes I'm like, you know, if uh if they say like a question or something, then I will definitely like read it out. But actually, usually when I'm on other people's channels or when I do a collab or anything like that, uh, if it's not an interview situation, right? I will not read everything, and I will not like keep up with chat that much because that's I leave that to the streamer
Hmm.
usually, unless it's like a 2-on-2. Then sometimes I will, you know, see what people are saying because it's like our mutual friends anyway.
Um,
Uh,
my
but
my
yeah,
my mentor of being like the person that like I watched and like he kind of talked me. He gets like a couple hundred people, and I realized
mm,
I know how she does this now. Like she'll do like every other fourth person because she's got so
mm,
many people popping stuff saying
yeah,
stuff. You might read every single one, but response wise, it might be the every fourth person or something like that. Or if it's like a special raid that comes in, that they get that attention time or whatever. I think that like chat management, chat always comes first for everybody.
yeah,
That's of course, but
yeah, 100%.
um, you really gotta maintain.
Yeah.
um,
I usually don't stand for attention seekers in my chat.
no,
No, we haven't really had that many. We have like a couple that still comes around, but even then, like, I if I have somebody who's like they really want my attention, right? And I already answered them. I already like had a conversation with them, but they still like keep trying to put the attention on themselves. Um, yeah, I basically
you bully them.
I don't bully them. No, no, I would never. No, but usually I will start to not read their stuff because I read everything, right? You want to say answer the happy birthday
Yeah.
message?
Thank you, Kai. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Hope you're doing
Happy
well.
birthday. But yeah, usually I would just start ignoring them. And then I've had a few instances where they will repeat send their messages. Uh so like maybe they think like, oh, she didn't see it. Like, I'm gonna send it again, even though I read every single one except this, right? And then I've had all of my mods collectively because they don't like coordinate, but when it happens, they all like come in and they're like, please stop spamming messages at the person. I'm like, oh no. They're all like yelling at this person. And like even they usually stop after that. You remember? Yeah, I was like, I felt kind of bad, but at the same time I'm like, yeah,
Killing the vibe.
yeah.
Killing the vibe.
Yeah, yeah, just like chill out, like to the person. It's not about you. And like usually it's not stuff that is like it doesn't contribute to the stream. It's always like, you know, those people who keep it's like how do you call it? I don't know how to pronounce this word, but they're like basically treating you like a baby.
Hmm.
It happens a lot with like VTubers and like big streamers where uh people will treat you like a baby
Right.
and like
It's why I don't.
you
Why I don't have tits.
that's so valid.
Right. Like like I don't get me wrong.
Infantilized, yes.
I I I like that the tits function that you could throw stuff at the feet, but I don't want to be the person that sits here and they're like, why don't you have your tits redeemed lower so we could throw shit at you? I'm like, if I did do it, it would be up in the thousands. If I did it lower, this would be the whole stream. I'm just it. So
I think I in my case, because I think that my audience is not, at least from my understanding, my audience is not built upon people who want to date me, right? Like, because that's a lot of there's a big thing in the VTuber thing, especially with girls who VTube, that they're doing basically virtual girlfriend content, right? Which is fair, you know, like that's a big market for that.
hmm,
But I don't really do that, so my chat is very behaved. They will throw shit at me, but I don't have stuff that is like, oh, like throw, you know, like something, like throw a hammer at me or like throw like tomatoes at me or whatever. I have like, you know, stuff that is not aggressive.
hmm,
So they won't like do it out of malice. They will usually just be like, here, have my love, and they throw like little hearts or whatever.
okay.
Um, so it's like more like that. So I completely agree with you. I don't think I could ever do like aggressive tits redeems where it is like, yeah, fucking throw trash at me, you know,
Right.
because it's. I feel like I would just get pissed off after a while because people would keep redeeming it to like get a reaction out of me.
Right.
Mm.
And it is a world we live in. Like, and I'm talking from the male point of view that there is streamers out there with the big boopa that shakes
Yeah,
around, and
yeah.
there's going to be, I don't want to say inappropriate, gross people in the chat purposely doing stuff, but it occurs.
There always will be. No, there's always gonna be.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people who are doing that content, they know that. But you know, it's just something that even though it kind of sucks sometimes, it's just something that they had to deal with. And luckily on like Twitch we can ban people, right?
Right.
If it gets too much. But a lot of the time those people, the people who are like on the border of being creepy but not completely creepy, they're the ones who give them the money, right? They're the ones who like bring in the most cash. Uh because they get satisfaction from it. Like they were like, oh yeah, I'm spending money on my girl, you know? Uh and they feel good about it. So of course they're not gonna be like, oh my god, you're a fucking creep, like get away from me, you know? Because like that's the relationship that they have with their audience. Um which is totally fair, but like I can't see myself doing that.
Yeah.
No,
And
I
and if we did it, it would be either one kind of very inappropriate. Um, we're touching on subjects that like are triggering to some. Or two, we're gonna get banned because it's just like there's just boundaries,
yeah.
right? Like, am I gonna watch a male VTuber model that has swing physics in the pants. You know what I mean?
I
And
mean, there are people like that though. Honestly, like the biggest guy VTubers are huge, like fucking parasocial boyfriend VTubers, which is, that's what brings the money in. Unfortunately, like that's what people want to see, because like it's the same as like the idol industry, right? Like it's people want to see attractive people slash anime boys, and they want to imagine themselves being with them, and that's like a teenage girl's dream, right? Like, I'm not gonna call out names, but I think a
right,
lot of people already know like people, VTubers like this.
right.
It's also, especially in like corp VTuber, right? It's what brings the money in. It's what sells the merch. So it's definitely not only limited to girls. It's just that it's done in a different way. But from what I've seen, honestly, the chat in male VTubers who do this, their chat is like the wildest fucking thing I've ever seen in my whole life. I'm like, girl, you're saying this with your whole chest in public on YouTube? Like,
uh,
compared to like sure, you will get like in a girl's like a big VTuber girl's stream, you get like something like, oh my god, like can you know, put my balls in your jaw or whatever. Uh they will just get banned. But like in these like boyfriend streams, you will see people going like, oh my god, like I'm so turned on right now, daddy, please. Like give me like blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you can say that on YouTube? You're how old are you? Like, oh, it's so weird. It's so weird. I can't watch it, but also I understand why it's a thing.
I'm reading what Soup said.
Yeah.
Um,
So
I
true. It's so true though.
like a 365 model that responds in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's an ultimate game.
I suppose. Yeah. Well,
Cause
we go
like, yeah,
ahead.
go for it.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go. No, you go.
Um, I was gonna ask, because you're talking to an alien right now,
Mm-hmm.
who's defying the anime meta of YouTube. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I actually have Fuzz in the chat too. Muppet.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's a very strange pool of VTubers. You'll get your anime. You'll get your I don't know if you know him. His name is Poppy.
Yeah, of course I love Poppy.
Yeah, and there's like a penguin one, Pengu. S- eh,
Cabal,
uh,
Mango the parrot. Uh,
Daniela.
yeah.
So so you'll get your offsets, but there's the anime meta. Like now you're a drow elf,
Mm,
so you're kind of on the fence there of half and half, I would suppose.
yeah. I
What?
think I probably lean more towards like the anime
Right.
meta. Uh, as a viewer, I personally like watching non-anime style VTuber people, but like for myself, I just Hmm, how far should I go? I just love Drow so much. um, okay, I'll just like so we a tangent. We had this stream uh, a while back, and it was basically the um, cultured anime tier list. And what we discovered is that all of my S tiers are basically my VTuber model. So I guess that's where it came from. And I'm like, yeah, I just gotta embrace it. Like, I just think I just like uh hot drow anime girls, and like I understand if people want to watch a hot drow anime girl as well, but also like I don't want to make it weird. So we we're we're landing somewhere in the middle where it's like my model is kind of in the anime meta, but I'm not doing idol content, if you could say that. Oh, maybe not even idol content. I don't know what to call it. The mainstream VTuber content, I guess.
So
Uh,
you're either a say so or you're a gremlin.
I mean, there's also the what's it called? The loot tubers is what they call themselves, right?
Well, I thought that was the
The loot tubers.
Sussy Baka gremlin.
Ah, but then you have like people who are gremlins that aren't sussy too.
Yeah?
Yeah, what's
Like
her name? There's like a cave girl.
me?
Uh, yeah, meat. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
She's also like a gremlin.
rats and bats is a hit. I don't care. um,
Yeah, I'm just chilling over in my corner. I think a lot of people are, but it's just like if you're not like falling into those categories, it's not as projected into the public, right? If you're like super lewd, you're gonna be projected into the public. If you're super say so, you're gonna be projected into the public. If you're super gremlin energy, you're gonna be projected into the public. But when you're somewhere like in the middle, it's just like you just gotta take it slow. And like honestly, it's like a nice place to be, to just hang out, right? Unless you want to go like, I want to make millions of a VTuber content. Then it's like you have to cater to the audience in that case.
right.
But if you just want to hang out and like do your thing, then you're not gonna be as big as like a Hololive VTuber.
Well,
It's just the way it is.
to add to what you're saying right now, since August, I think I've had over 100 people ask me if I'm going to probe them. So,
Mm,
and the answer is no.
why are you passing off the opportunity to be a like ultimate loot tuber?
Right. But I just want them to understand that there's a lot of stereotypes about aliens that were invented by humans. They're just wrong. We are here. If you don't believe that we're here already. We're
Mm-hmm.
here to either help you guys, well, not like drow elves, but the human race. We're here to help you uh, advance a little bit, and we're also stealing your stuff. As
I mean, I
we're
guess for some people, probing could be helping as well.
well, maybe, but you have to thank aliens for a lot of things, like those pads that charge your phones. You just lay them
Mm.
on there. That was us.
Mm-hmm.
We did
I
that.
got dang.
Yeah, we did that.
Thank you.
Thank us for that. Um, we've never done a crop circle in our life. We have no idea what people are talking about. Um, like,
Maybe you should try it. That's like a hobby.
but if you pay attention to the alien stuff, we come in, we take what we need, and we dip. Um,
Mm.
this is like a pit stop area for up the resource. The crop circles are me. Fuzz,
You're an artist, Buzz.
Fuzz, you're in jail. How are you breaking out and creating crop circles?
They
Oh,
can't be contained.
that's another thing about Fuzz. He's in prison.
Oh yeah, fair.
A Muppet in prison. Mupe in
Sometimes you
prison.
are. Sometimes you're just a muppet in prison. It
So
happens.
I was segueing into this. We could come back to it right now. As a young drow elf girl, did you think
Mm.
that you were gonna grow up and work in like a business office?
Oh man. Okay. Oh, where to start? Well, no. There's well, let me talk about my company first, right?
Okay.
So, I work for a company called Isacorp. Um, it's basically a private company, but government supported, that helps to support interdimensional travel. Right.
Okay.
Do you know what an isekai is?
I do know what a isekai is.
Yes. So
Think,
we
think my
help people get from one dimension to the other. Or if they're traveling independently, we just help with the paperwork. And then in my faction. I am in the basically the Department of Negotiation, right? That's what I'm management for. We take care of tourists who are not that friendly, and we isekai them back to their world by negotiation. And if negotiations fail, then
They get stuck or they die.
yeah. I mean, they die is a strong word.
Yeah.
It's we isekai them back.
Right. And Truck-kun, I think I seen Truck-kun in Don Koala's.
Zero is the driver of Truck-kun. He's a part-timer.
Okay.
He drives Truck-kun.
So
I'm gonna negotiate harder. Exactly.
interdimensional travel, eh? How does
We do not deal with different timelines, though. We only keep it to this timeline's dimensions.
how does that work with a guy that's stuck in a
Guy that's stuck in a boat under the sea. Are you talking about Captain?
I am talking about Captain. How would that help a guy in his
I think that he is he's on his own.
Yeah.
I can't help him.
There's no helping
I mean, is he really a
Captain
guy?
Joe.
Is he really a guy, or is he something else?
An
I mean,
anomaly.
I never seen a guy with a crab arm, so I don't know what's up with him. Maybe he has like a weird sickness. In that case, we can't help him. He has to go to the hospital.
Maybe his parents were freaky.
Sure,
Yeah,
fair.
we never thought
There's
about
centaurs out there.
that. Yeah, there's centaurs out there.
But yeah, but I started. I was recruited by May Butler, our lovely CEO, who found me in the forests of Sweden, and from then on, I've just been working in Isacorp. I do have some more backstory about what happened previously, but I think that I will keep it for the debut. I will say though, as a teaser, that I'm not like I wouldn't say I am a Joe, but at the same time I am.
Friendship ain't about trust.
It's complicated.
Friendship is about non-trust.
We shall see what happens. Minty, welcome.
Thank you for the follow, that 1 minute. Thank you for the birthday wish.
Mystery, so mysterious.
Top 3 favorite
Yeah.
ice cream flavors: mint chocolate.
Ooh, you're one of those. I don't mind mint chocolate chip. I don't see the hate for it.
I just like that it's green.
You like green?
Yeah, well, like you don't get green ice cream as an option. Usually white, like a brownish, chocolatey.
What about pistachio?
Pistachios too. That's green. Yeah.
I like pistachio, yeah. Or I think my favorite though is like sea salt caramel.
We're getting this mama.
Oh yeah, Mint is the only one who's allowed to call me mama.
All right, right.
Mint gets a pass for it.
Honorary child privilege. Yeah, privileges.
Privileges. Yes. The privileges. Those.
Those.
Yeah. She's the only one who gets a pass.
So, is that enough lore that you want to cover?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's always more, right? But I think that it's easier to just show it in like a lore video or something. I will say that I am planning on doing like a visual novel thing for my lore stuff. So like a playable game. So that's why it's taking so god dang long.
Will you have other people voicing characters?
I'm thinking about it, but I think we should, because it's gonna be like in the Isacorp company that's gonna be the place where it's set.
I'm gonna admit that sounds really, really cool.
Right. I really wanna finish it and have people play.
I'm actually on the base marks of making a channel trailer and all the clips that you'll see in the trailer have never happened on the channel. And it's basically
Oh.
a movie trailer parody. Um,
Ooh.
um,
That sounds cool.
I actually have asked a bunch of people to get involved in it, is like that way it doesn't land with just in it. So I'm gonna try to get at least like 8.
Mm. Sounds cool.
Yeah, because
You know who's a good voice actor? Jin.
I watched Jin. Jin
Jin
playing.
is really good at making
Was
voices.
was Jin playing Apex Legends? Watching
Nah, she's not a Apex player.
what
Last
was
she was playing what's it called? Hi-Fi?
Hi-Fi Rush?
Yeah.
Okay, I've stopped by the channel.
Mm. Jen can't play FPS. She gets sick as well. Don't
Platinum
blow it for
disc.
Jen. Oh, sorry. She's like a pro gamer. Like she has like what platinum, diamond, whatever in like Apex. Like
Platinum disco.
yeah, she's platinum disco in Apex Legends. Raid Shadow Apex Legends. She's like she gets the high scores or whatever. She does the 360 no scope all the time.
I've never. This is gonna sound crazy because I'm a Twitch streamer, and for me to announce the following games that I've never played, I've never played Fortnite. I've never played Minecraft. I've never played Apex Legends.
Mm.
I've never played League of Legends. I've never played Valorant. Uh, um,
Same except Minecraft. I don't play FPS.
what's the other one that's pretty popular on here? I don't say this one's popular, but it's definitely niche popular. Dead by Daylight. Never played
Ah,
that.
yeah.
I don't know. There's very popular games that I just won't touch because everybody else has done it. So why am I jumping in this
Mm,
pool with everybody else? It smells in here.
it's true. I do. For me, it's like I would play it if I knew I would enjoy it,
Oh, and
but I know that I won't.
Overwatch. I haven't played Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch. I do play Destiny too. Hee. It's not the same though.
I played
I don't have to shoot other people.
I played Destiny 1, and there's like a mode on it called Trials of Osiris.
Oh, yeah.
And once you finish that once, you never want to play the game. Once you get to I think it's Mercury or Venus, I forget which planet you go to, and there's like a lighthouse on it. Once you get there and get the treasure, you're like, "Yep, I'm never playing this game again," because it was so hard to get there.
Understandable. Can confirm, yeah. Perspective first person, what you do in game shoot. I mean, if I can call myself a FPS player by playing one FPS game in like 100, then sure, I'm a FPS player.
Well,
Destiny is the only one I play.
well, Destiny is basically like, how can I make my character look?
Yeah. Like the reason why I haven't played in a while now, because like ever since like Elden Ring came out, I've been just occupied with other stuff. But for Destiny, the reason why I liked it, Destiny 2 specifically, is it's just like smooth and I don't feel like sick looking at it. Because a lot of the issues that I have is like the motion and like the shooting,
Mhm.
as in like the way that the gun feels when you shoot. And it's just like I tried to play Tiny Tina, which is a Borderlands game,
Right.
with a few friends, and I just like every time I open the game, I just feel like I wanted to like throw up, uh, from the movement, and like it didn't feel. I never like got into the guns either, as in like I didn't understand, or it didn't feel like good to shoot, right?
Right.
Uh, Compared to Destiny 2, which is like any gun, even if it's like the bad gun, feels better to shoot than any gun in Tiny Tina. And I was playing it. I was like, I feel sick. I want to go back to Destiny. I miss my Destiny guns.
Um, to help Maid, what Maid said, um,
Mm-hmm.
the cheat code to winning Trials of Osiris is to be a hunter. Get that golden gun, a one-shot kill,
He is
and
a hunter.
yeah, you need to literally cheat. Get those
Mm,
10 wins. Like that, once you get that gold gun and you can get those quick kills, because that gold gun's bullshit. Let's be honest. You could get hit like basically going around a corner. Head.
mm,
Um, so you're not gonna get there being a warlock. You need a warlock on your team, but you're not gonna get there being a warlock, and you're definitely not gonna get there being a titan. Um,
mm,
easily. If you wanted, you could probably get there using those, but you're gonna struggle. Like
mm,
Hunter's got that bullshit golden gun that's a one-shot kill. I tell anybody who's trying that you gotta be a
mm. Yeah, I never touched the Destiny one. Actually, so the reason why I started Destiny 2, because even before Destiny, I was like, I'm not gonna play FPS games. I don't like it. It doesn't, because I'm not competitive, right? I'm not a competitive person. It's just like I don't understand personally. Like I don't get this like that satisfaction when you shoot another player and like you win. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I win and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. But a lot of people get that like, oh my god, yeah, like I'm winner, yeah, fuck, that's like so satisfying, and I don't get that. So like, there's no point in me playing FPS games. Also, thank you for the hydrate. I will drink my coffee.
So my two grudges against Destiny.
Mm.
Number one, selling out to Sony.
Mm-hmm,
Um,
mm-hmm.
Sony has a lot of things going for it, but Sony didn't need to buy Bungie. Sony bought Bungie
Mm,
because they saw Activision's trying to make a deal with Microsoft, and they panicked,
mm,
bought a company. Um, but I guess in the long run, hopefully Destiny 3 or whatever they come out in the future with Bungie works out for them. Um, that's like
yeah.
one little grudge. Second grudge I have is replacing Peter Dinklage for Nolan as Ghost.
Oh my god, I heard it because I joined after that happened, but I totally see where you're coming from. I watched the clips afterwards and I was like, why would they? Why would they? Why would they do this?
So Buzz, you could go look this up. There is a chicken tender. I haven't met him, but there's a reason why I couldn't just be tender, and that's because he has the name.
Uh,
He beat me to it,
God
and
dang it.
no disrespect, I just don't think we'll ever run into each other, so I don't have to worry.
Those god dang chickens every time. Made.
They they also
It's so true.
they also replaced him because he was doing like 6 projects at the time. If
Mm,
you recall the time when he got replaced, I want to say it was like 2015. He got replaced for Nolan North, and at the time he's doing Game of Thrones. He had a couple movies. He did the X-Men, Days of Future Past. He did a bunch of stuff back then, and they want him to fly out to wherever to record vocal lines
mm,
for DLC or whatever it was. And like, can I just record him from here and send him? And his agent just said, like, listen, dude, you're pretty booked up. You should cut this. They parted ways as friends. They
yeah.
cut the contract. But
So sad though.
yeah, I appreciated him being in the game. I always like when big name actors pop up in games, like
Yeah.
Liam Neeson in Fallout 3. Sean Bean was in Oblivion. Sean Bean's also in Hitman 2. I don't know if you played a Hitman games.
Nah.
You could kill him. You could kill Sean Bean. Sean Bean dies and everything. So,
Nice.
that's the last thing that you could kill him in, actually, because he hasn't.
I mean, you can kill him. You can always kill him.
Right, but he hasn't taken a role where he dies in since
Hmm.
Hitman 2. Which is kind of cool. Um, and I don't know. I always appreciate when like the big stars come to the screen. I don't know if you
I
played
agree.
Between Two Souls, House of Ashes games.
I played House of Ashes, but I'm not sure.
They're like those decision making games, kind of like a David
Yeah,
Cage kind of thing. They're
yeah,
they're
I played it.
they're kind of cool.
Yeah,
The
it had
new
Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah, the newest one that came out last year was The Quarry.
Yeah.
They have a House of Ashes games that's coming out like either it just came out or it's coming out soon. But The Quarry was last year, and I didn't hate The Quarry. I just thought it was just not for everybody. Not everybody's gonna want to play that.
Mm. The Quarry was okay. I didn't play it on stream, but I like I enjoy these games, but I've come to the realization that I should probably just watch people play it because I don't like jump scares.
Okay.
I like horror. I love horror, but I hate jump scares. You know?
What's your favorite horror game?
Horror game? Oh, good question. I really like. So I'm a sucker for RPG Maker games.
Okay.
So I like Mad Fodder. I like Corpse Party.
I've only heard of
I
Corpse
like.
Party so far.
Well, there's a lot of them. So like there's Ib, there's the Witch's House. There's so many. But I really like RPG Maker horror games the
Okay.
most, I think.
Did you not like any of the Ichiro games?
Which ones? Can you
E-
give example?
Closing Shift can be
Ah,
for.
it's not my style, I think.
I only really like Closing Shift so far. I think the Bathhouse was kind of cool. And, like when you actually play them, the Closing Shifts are like the fun one.
I see. They recently came out with another one, right? The karaoke one? Or is that
Yeah,
another?
no, that's one of
Yeah,
them. That one looked
yeah.
cool too. I haven't tried that one yet.
It seems interesting, but I'm not one for like uh because when I watch other people play them because
Hmm.
I still want to know what happens and stuff. But I think it's not a game that I would enjoy playing personally because it's a lot of like just walking around and finding stuff and then you're getting chased.
Right.
It's a lot of just getting chased and then just I don't know. I like more of like lore based horror. So like you're slowly finding out the story and then you're doing like puzzles and stuff
Right.
and
So
like
you're ticking all my boxes about what I'm about to say to you.
okay, say it.
My favorite horror game of all time, and I think it's the best psychological horror game ever made. Period. Is
Uh-huh.
Silent Hill.
Ooh, I haven't played any of the Silent Hills.
Well, Silent Hill 2 is a hard pill to swallow for newcomers that are looking
Uh-huh.
for a story that's gonna blow them away. Because that story, when you finish that game, like it'll either make you cry or you're gonna be very mad, but you're gonna like the journey to get there. So
Okay.
one of those games. You're not gonna hate the game that you're playing, but that story could either make you very mad or you're gonna be crying. Um,
Okay. I
because
wrote it down.
it's very upsetting, and that's
Mm.
not. I'm not giving anything away, but it's not a plot that's for like weak. Like you can't handle something that's overwhelming and be very upsetting.
Is it streamable or is it too
Uh,
explicit?
no, it's streamable. People
Okay.
speedrun it all the time on here. But like if you actually play it for the plot, and they have a remake coming out actually. The fans bullied Konami into making a remake, due to the failed PT.
Uh-huh.
So the fans are like, "Oh, you didn't do PT. Now you haven't made anything for years except for Plinko machines. Like, when are you gonna make another Silent Hill?" And they bullied them because of Resident Evil 7 and Village, and that's their competition. And The Last of Us winning 560 awards.
Yeah.
um, so like
Sometimes bullying works.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, exactly.
um, but yeah, Silent Hill 2 I think is the best psychological horror game of all time. Second
Mm.
place I'd put Visage.
Hmm. I have it. I haven't played it yet. I
Uh,
haven't downloaded it.
Visage is they give you the option to play them any way you want, right? Play whatever
Mm.
story you want. But I tell newcomers start with Raken, because Raken kind of gives this is how you play this game scenario. Or the other two, not really. You're gonna die a lot, and you're gonna get frustrated, and you're gonna quit. But
Mm.
there's Raken, Dolores, and I think um, like a little girl. Dolores is a lady. Raken's a guy who walks around on crutches. You can hear him coming. Or
Ah.
the other two, it's a little different. Like you actually have to see them or pay attention to sounds. Raken, you could hear the clicking. So he's kind of like the easy mode. So I don't know.
Mm.
A lot of people are intimidated to play that game because it is kind of scary. But
It looks freaky.
yeah, once you play it a couple times, it's not.
Mm.
What
I'll
was
play it.
what was the game last year that you enjoyed streaming the most?
Last year, what did I? Well, Elden Ring.
Elden
I
Ring?
really enjoyed Elden Ring, but I didn't play it super much. Like, I didn't play it like a lot on stream because it's just like I run a 1070, so like I can stream it, but it's a little bit, it takes a bit of effort from my PC. So
I'm a console streamer right now.
ah.
Is it's not that my graphics card is bad. It's that my CPU, like my performance,
Mm,
like running so many apps would crush my computer.
yeah.
So like when I stream games like that, it looks like my computer's melting, but the graphics are fine.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the boat I'm in.
For me, like whenever I would stream Elden Ring, I think most people can't run their model, which is normal. So I would just put a PNG and then I would put everything on like medium to low, depending on like how it looked. And then just like go for it. And even then, like I had a lot of issues with the game, uh, like in terms of like running it. I think I have like a special copy of the game. I think my copy is a little bit, like
It can survive.
like it's okay. So I have this bug
Oh, okay.
where I have this bug specifically that only I get because I don't see anybody else get it. But whenever it rains, I get like a weird light thing happening on my screen. Yeah, the lighting is weird. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like shit happens when it starts to rain, and I'm like, okay, well, but this is the grinding area, so I need to be here. So a lot of the time, like when I was streaming it, it was just like weird. Oh yeah, I had an invisible torrent as well. My torrent was like invisible a lot of the time.
That sounds like a rendering.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what caused it because the lightning, it was like a full screen thing. As in like the lightning thing was like on the whole screen. It was like an overlay issue. Uh and yeah, torrent is just rendering for sure. He would just disappear from time to time, which was fine. It was funny. But I really enjoyed Elden Ring. I'm just definitely gonna go back and play it again.
It was
Maybe from the beginning.
it was my favorite game last year. I did
Mm.
watch all your Pokemon collabs.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
what did you think of that newest car?
So to give some like background, I played X and Y, and I played Sword and Shield, and I
So
play.
you skipped Sun and Moon.
No, I played Sun and Moon as well, but I
Okay.
skipped Arceus.
Okay. No, well, Arceus is fine to skip because it really didn't matter. No.
Yeah, I figured.
Um,
Um,
Arceus made me mad because of the whole crafting, right?
Uh-huh.
and you would throw your Pokeballs and they would miss or whatever. And now
Mm.
you can't get them back. You can't go pick them up through
Oh,
them.
what?
Yeah, annoying, right? And
Yeah.
the benefits of Scarlet and Violet is that you could just go to a Pokemon Center and buy everything really cheap, and they load you with
Yeah.
money. You're rich
Yeah.
pretty easily in that game.
Yep.
So Arceus made me a little mad with that. That was the only mechanic in the game I didn't.
Mm.
But I did like
Uh,
the new Pokemon and the new exit.
yeah, me too. I enjoyed the game. I I will say that I enjoyed it more than I've enjoyed a Pokemon game since X and Y. I
Okay.
really personally liked X and Y. I know a lot of people don't like it, but for me, uh, it was like because it was I had taken a long break from Pokemon before that, so going back to it, I was like, oh, I actually like really enjoy this, and the world was like interesting, and there was a lot of like weird function stuff, but at least the world, had stuff in it, right? And then which one was it after that? Sword and Shield? No, no, no. It was Sun and Moon after that.
Right.
Sun and Moon came around and I was like, this is kind of fine, I guess, but like everything is so empty. There's just no content. There's like nothing in here to do. And like the world is so empty that there's no like the lore is not rich. They have like some stuff, I guess, but compared to the pixel games, like how can they I just don't understand like why is there less content compared to like the pixel games?
Friendship ain't about
In
trust.
terms of like lore and like
Friendship is
interest
about
and stuff.
nunchucks.
Kapi, welcome.
Thank you for the follow, Guppy. Um, thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you for the birthday wishes too, Fuzz.
Heck yeah.
I turned
But
85 in alien year.
yes, happy 85th. But yeah, like it kind of went downhill from X and Y for me. And then that's why I skipped Arceus because I was like, it looks exactly the same. Like it looks exactly like the issues I had in Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. Um, but then I was like, why not try the new one? So I did, and it was really fun. Like, is it the best game ever? No. Is it my favorite game ever? No. Am I happy I played it? Yeah, sure. It was fun. It was a good time.
What
That's
what
how I felt about it.
what was the Pokemon for you that you took away from that game? That's
As in, like, my favorite one?
well, it doesn't have to be your favorite, but you're like they did a good job with this.
I really like Smoliv.
Smoliv? Hey, Smoliv's not
Yeah.
bad. Smoliv's final evolution is actually pretty sick.
It's so cool. And,
Yeah.
like, the first gen, not the gen, the first, like, what do you call it? The first evolution?
First
If it's still
yeah.
evolution
Stage
when it's
1.
still not evolved. Yeah, stage one is so fucking cute. I want to eat it. It's so cute, and I love olives as well.
Uh,
So,
so for me, it was one of the shrine Pokemon. It was the snail.
uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
there's a big snail, like a leafy snail that you get in the shrine, and I'm like,
Oh,
this thing is awesome.
it
Like,
looks so cool. I haven't seen it in game yet, but I've seen the pictures of it. It looks so sick.
yeah, and there's also okay, so you haven't done the shrine Pokemon.
No, I haven't finished yet. I've seen all the Pokemons already,
Okay,
but I have not completed the last area, like the secret
Area 0.
area. Yeah, Area 0, and I haven't done the shrines yet.
Okay, so there's just two of the shrine Pokemon are the ones I took.
Hmm. They
There
look really cool.
there's a cat, Slender Cat, and Snail. Those are the ones where I'm
Mm.
like, I would prefer these over Miraidon or Koraidon, whichever one.
True.
Like,
True. Ugh, I didn't like them. I didn't like the Miraidon and the other one.
well,
It's like I
cycles
don't know.
are
It's just
so common in that game. So
yeah.
it's like this adds no value that you have a
Yeah.
futuristic or a past one that's like doing whatever.
Yeah, I agree. It was weird. Like, and then you can't really do anything with them except like ride them, I guess. But I mean, I kind of like the whole side quest about finding the titans to get the different functions and stuff.
Right.
I enjoyed that, but like the concept in itself, I'm like, I don't know, I don't really care for it. Um, I did like another Pokemon though. Now thinking about it, is the ape, the special region, um, the monkey. What's this? What's the name? The angry monkey.
Angry
The monkey
monkey.
that's always angry. Is it just Mankey?
No, it's Annihilate.
Yeah, Nelly. Oh, it
Yeah.
looks so cool.
It looks like Satan.
Oh, I love it. It's so cool looking. Sarah, yeah. Sarah. It's just Sarah.
Yeah,
Um,
there was special evolutions in that game that did surprise me, and I
yeah.
don't want to spoil any. You said you saw all the Pokemon, right?
I've seen all the Pokemon, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So Bisharp evolves
Uh-huh.
into King something, King,
Oh, yeah.
and I was not seeing that coming. I was like,
The
yo,
little guy?
no, he's like a
Oh.
big version of Poniard, Sharp, and King's. I was like, yo, I did not see this one coming. I didn't even know that I'd have to. Oh, by the way, when you have to evolve that thing, good luck, because it's actually steps.
It's interesting. It's like they did really good with the character design in this one.
Oh, I agree. I I like the characters more in this one than I have in the past couple games, and I thought that
Oh, yeah, I agree.
I wasn't gonna like this game when I first seen it, and now I'm like, oh, I ended up liking it way more than expected.
I
Um,
agree. Same.
Penny,
Completely.
love Penny,
Mm-hmm.
and I
The
don't know.
crybaby boy.
Well,
What's his name?
it's Crybaby Boy,
It's,
Arvid.
yeah. Yeah, Arvin. I
Yeah.
loved Arvin.
Um, but he's the most wholesome character. He's doing it all for his pup,
Yeah, it's so cute.
right?
It's like actually get invested because my issue with Sword and Shield specifically was that I mean the open world thing is cool, I guess, but there's just no um there's no soul in it, right? Like you go into these little villages. Did you play it, Sword and Shield?
I did, and I have different gripes than you probably do. In the game.
Hmm. For me, it was whenever you would go into these like gym towns, there would be nothing there. Like there's just nothing, and you go into the gym and you fight them and you leave. Right? You
Right.
don't learn anything about the gym leaders. You don't learn anything about the story about the region. It's just like you just fight and go, I guess, which is all right, I guess, but it's just so boring. I was so bored the whole time.
I don't want to stop you or anything like that, but we're at the 2 hour mark. If you need to use the restroom or anything,
I'm good, but if you want to, you can.
no. I've had guests on before that like they were just too afraid to say anything, and I'm
Oh no,
like,
I will say it if I need to.
I'm like, yo, at any point you could have stopped. It's no big, um, but so yeah, so we did Elden Ring. Is there any upcoming games that you're looking
Yeah. I have a few that I've been like holding off playing because I want to have my new model when I play it. And it's the Nier games, both of them. Both Replicant,
Automata?
like and Automata, yeah. I had a discussion with Maid
Wait,
Butler as well because he really likes those games, and
try,
he recommended for me to play Replicant off stream. Uh, but we'll see about that.
try playing
Have you played it?
try playing the original.
Replicant? Oh,
No,
which
just
one?
Nier.
Oh, just Nier?
Yeah, it came out for the PS3 and Xbox, I believe. I think it might be PC, but
Oh.
the very first Nier. It's much more different, but it's a beautiful game itself.
Okay. I will, because I want to play all the Niers.
Yeah,
Gucci. And
I
then
I
there's
feel
the
I
game. Go for it, yeah.
I
Oh,
feel
that's
like
Replicant? Is it?
the one that fun is the one that I played was just called Nier. the thing.
Time to fact check.
The one that came out in 2010 for PlayStation 3 and
They re they
360.
redid it. Is it that one?
Um,
Near Gestalt. Is it the same?
no, when they remastered it, it was replicated.
Yeah.
So that's
So there's another one?
yeah. Asians got Mega stuff. That's exactly what he's talking about. But I played it before it got remastered.
Mm.
Brother and sister, and then the West gets daughter. So
Yeah.
they change up.
Yeah.
It's not really noticeable from what I've seen though. Upcoming games for me: Resident Evil 4 remake, Diablo 4.
Mm.
I might try Redfall. I might.
Mm.
I don't know if you see.
I only heard about it, but I haven't seen anything about it.
It's an FPS, so I'm not sure you're gonna be,
Probably not.
yippee. But I did a whole Western month last year, and
Oh yeah?
it was in November. So I played Red Dead Redemption and Evil West. I made it
Oh,
stretch.
Wukong. I'm gonna play Wukong for sure.
Oh, and Liza P. Yeah, Liza P is a Lovecraftian Pinocchio
Yeah. It looks really good.
Souls game.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of
it's
Souls game, there's another one I'm gonna play. It's called like
Armored
I
Core,
think it's no Solstice.
Solstice.
Yeah, it's not that well known, but I found it on Steam and it looks really interesting. It's
Oh.
basically just like anime,
Okay.
anime Souls.
I tried the Mizia, which is a Souls-like game last year. I wasn't too impressed. It is kind of hard, but it's not a very long. If I'm not mistaken, Ishin's coming out too. Do you follow the Yakuza game?
I follow them as a viewer, but I haven't played any. Yeah.
I think the best out of the series might actually be Judgment. Lost Judgment. I think I like those a little. They're more grounded.
Hmm.
When the stories get way out of hand, then like,
Yeah. Yakuza is a little bit crazy.
yeah, you're fighting tigers.
Yeah. They do whatever they want.
They do whatever they want now. Samurai period one. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Ishin?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Speaking of
It's gonna be an
Ishin,
interesting year.
Sekiro.
I played Sekiro.
Yeah, it's Ishin. I've never actually beat the game. That last boss is a little ridiculous. I can't.
I haven't finished it, so I don't know.
Like you're in that game, you're limping away from the guardian ape.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, I can't take any more hard bosses that take 3 hours to beat. I'm currently playing Bloodborne, and it's just hours of me complaining about farming.
Mm-hmm. I heard that's like people's biggest issue with Bloodborne is the farming, like having to find, like the everything that you need. Cause like, from what I've heard, cause I haven't played it, I don't have a console. What I heard is that people really enjoy the actual gameplay, but when it comes to like, because when you lose to a boss, you have to go back and you have to farm again to find whatever you need, so you can go and like lose again.
It's
It
true.
seems really interesting.
It is true. Most boss fights that you go in there, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna lose. There's a couple on there that I beat first try, and people in chat were like, "Oh, I definitely thought you were gonna struggle with that one." And apparently not. Um,
It really is just like a luck thing
right.
in a lot of things. And depending on like what stuff you have already and what weapon you're using, what strat you're using, it
Um,
seems like people just struggle with different things.
Now you have a Switch,
I do.
so you do have a
True. I do.
console. What is your favorite Switch game?
Good question. So the thing is, I actually have my own Switch is a Switch Lite. Because I started playing on it when I was still in my office job. So I was like, I'm gonna use this on my traveling to and from work. So the one I'm using right now is made buttless. So um because you can't connect to the PC with a light.
Right.
So I've been
Well,
borrowing his.
actually, you buy, I think, an extra adapter, and
Oh,
yeah, I actually
never seen somebody use it.
I have one. It plugs in like a power cable, right? But then it attaches to.
Does it work well?
I never use it because I actually have the regular Switch. I have
Oh.
that for when I don't want to bring the port places and I want to hook it up to a TV.
Mm.
Um, and
Interesting.
I do you know the Fairly Odd Parents?
Yeah.
So I have a Cosmo and Wanda icon.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Yeah, I have the little stickers of their eyes that I put on them.
That's so cute.
So the pink is Wanda, the green is Cosmo. You want to play Bayonetta
I
3?
yeah. Cause I'm holding his Switch hostage, so I can't. I modded, or not modded. I put a skin on my light one as well, because I really like monochrome colors. So mine is like completely white.
Oh, okay. White is a scary color for me.
Yeah, of getting like dirty and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for like stickers, because I just use like one of those console stickers. It's easy to just replace, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But if it's like clothing or like shares, I would never go for white.
Um, so clothing wise, the first concert I ever went to was a rap concert here in America,
Uh-huh.
and I was wearing white shoes, white pants,
Oh
a
man.
white wife beater, a white dress shirt over it that was like unbuttoned. I looked pretty fly. Um, and I'm
At
at
the
the
start, right?
yeah. Well, no, I mean it did get ruined. I just went to this rap concert really picking it.
Ah,
Because
yeah.
everybody came all casually dressed. I came looking like I was worth a couple grand. I'm like, I'm going to get beat up. But gotta dress to impress sometimes because I ended up meeting the performers because of what I was
Heck yeah.
wearing and my Twitter presence.
Heck yeah.
I feel like I've always been a media personality, but it is.
It's like over here, it's very normal to dress up.
Hello to
Like,
Fritos.
welcome. Uh, it's
It's my birthday.
it is his birthday. Say happy birthday.
The
You're
Fritos.
you have to. You're legally obliged to say it on birthday.
So we're on the topic of which the Fritos is a part of something called the Nintendo World Report,
Oh.
which is actually an organized podcast and Nintendo critique site that critiques video games.
Ooh, cool.
Thank you for the birthday wishes. Yeah, so that's what the Fritos does. Cool guy, streams on their channel. I could shout that one out.
I had to write it down because I can't tab out of my thing. Do the little shout out. Heck yeah. Do the Twitch shout out too.
I'll shout out Jen too.
Oh heck yeah. Oh, you had to do her like English name. Because if you do the Japanese one, it's not gonna work.
Not gonna.
Nah, it just leads to your own channel.
Um. Well, I
It's Jundayo.
so if I just do it like this, it'll go like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Every time somebody tries to shut her out, she's just like giggling in the background evilly because it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Every time she rates somebody and they're like, shout out to at,
That's
and then
cool.
the auto thing,
That's cool
and
that
she's like, hey.
it double names and recognizes that one's not
Yeah. I
interesting.
mean, I think it's just that they don't recognize Japanese characters.
Oh, what are we talking about? This is a meeting Sifisan kind of thing. Um, oh, an opportunity for a VTuber to talk about stuff that they usually don't get to talk about on their channel, or stuff that could be informative. And we're gonna get into a little bit more topics before we wrap things up.
Mm-mm.
Um,
We just been babbling.
yeah, I usually let it go off the rails because there's like organized conversation can
Exactly. It's more fun that way.
right.
It's a conversation.
Um, now I'm a foodie. I
Mm.
I'm a soup connoisseur. I love ice cream. I
Love soup. Love ice cream.
if you looked at my YouTube history, you would think that I'm a sad dad because I watch history videos and grilling.
Uh-huh. Nice.
And I love grilling, but I love cooking too. But I don't cook big for myself. If I had guests,
Mm.
I'll go all out. But like
Mm-hmm.
like for myself, it's keep basics.
Yeah.
But
It'd be like that.
so if Sif is going out on like a big meal, what restaurant would she like to go?
So I'm vegetarian.
Okay,
um,
that actually narrows things.
yeah. I don't know. Go out. We have so many restaurants over here. So I live in Bangkok. We have basically everything. Um, so it's hard to choose. But usually my go-to is a traditionally Japanese restaurant that specializes in udon. They make their own noodles,
Hmm.
and also tempura. So they like have like fried vegetables and stuff like that. Of course, they have like the usual meat stuff too. But
Do you
that's where
do not eat fish?
so no,
Okay.
but kinda. So the thing is, I've been like completely vegetarian for a few years. But recently, because I will be going to Japan later this year, and I just feel like if I'm going to go to Japan, it would be a shame to not eat the fish, right?
Right.
So I've been slowly trying to like incorporate a little bit of fish into my diet. So I do kind of eat it a little bit, but if I have a choice, I would usually go for the completely vegetarian option.
So you stick to tofu.
Tofu, like replacement meats, or I mean, it's very easy to find vegetarian food over here.
Right. The protein supplement.
Mm. But yeah, Japanese food usually. But I also I like Chinese food as well a lot.
Good noodles.
Mm. But I
Um,
don't like the Western Chinese food.
it's a template over here. We're pretty sure that all of them
Yeah.
are owned by one. Every menu is the same.
Yeah, it is. What
But
about you? What's your go-to restaurant?
so I recently watched a Korean street food video
Mm.
that made me upset. Is the way they. Oh, I'm saying that I like lobster and crab, but um, I saw what they did to lobster in this video that made me very, very upset because they prepared the lobster while it was still alive and let it watch its lower body get worked on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is animal cruelty. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell a Korean person that they're doing proper. I don't know culture that well enough to understand where they're coming from. But I
Mm,
truly love animals more than people.
mm,
Fortunately, I also eat so
mm. The people, right?
and the animal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I only eat rich people. So if
Mm,
you're over a couple $1 million, you can eat.
yeah. I mean, they have a better diet, so naturally they would taste better, right?
I eat them for their power. Man, it's so
But
messed, but it
yeah,
tastes good.
I understand though, like, because my reason for going vegetarian to begin with was because I don't technically have a moral issue with eating meat, right? I
No,
don't have an issue with hunting. As somebody who come from like a small town in Sweden, it's hunting is for me morally is very natural.
right,
I used to go fishing all the time as well. Um, but my issue is the factory production of meat,
oh,
and I
definitely, I agree with
yes, so that's what makes me not want to eat meat, and that's like the main source that we get in like restaurants and in the stores and stuff like that, right? So it's just very hard to like and very expensive to try to find like ethically sourced meat, right? And for me, it was just more worth it to just become vegetarian
you. Right.
than to try to like figure out and overthink about is this like ethically produced? Is this like from a good farm? Is this and this and this and that? So that's my reason for being vegetarian. So like when I hang out with friends and stuff, I don't have any issues with like them eating meat because I like
Right.
I get it. Like
Right.
I don't have a craving for meat, so I can go vegetarian. But like if you're somebody who like really likes it, you crave the taste of it, whatever, like it's understandable,
Right.
right?
And there's another factor in there that you didn't cover. The pollution
Oh yeah,
is like catastrophic. I
oh
mean,
yeah.
there's plenty of pollution that's going on in the world with fossil
Mm,
fuels and heavy mining, but processed meat is right up there, and we're afraid to admit
yeah.
it. Um,
Every time I mention that I'm vegetarian, like a lot of people are really chill about it. But there's always that one person who's like, actually the farming also creates pollution for the world, and the farming for the vegetables that you eat is also like, and I'm like, bruh, it's not even comparable. Like it's at this rate, at the amount of like stuff that we produce right now, it's not comparable. Sure, like everything is gonna cause pollution, but mm, I don't know. It's funny how a lot of people like to have like moral debates with me because they find out that I'm vegetarian and they try to like they get really defensive. A lot of people get super defensive, even though I'm not judging people for eating meat. It's
to,
like a personal thing.
to be fair, I would love to go that direction because
Mm.
all I eat is garbage. Um, I I I pick the cheapest, worst thing that I could eat. That's gonna taste good, and
Mm.
I live this whole lifestyle of like I'm gonna live a good time, but not a long time. And
Yeah.
now that I've turned 85, I'm thinking about
Mm.
slowing down dramatically. So one of my goals this year is to like not eat as much garbage and
Mm.
and more home cooked meals. Stop trying to live a bougie life because it be like that sometimes.
It does take a toll on you. From what I've seen too, it seems a lot harder to have a good diet in America too, just because of the ingredients and stuff like that, and
Eh,
like the availability of food,
but
from what I've seen at least.
I'll fill you in on this because
Mm.
living here will tell you
Also, I'm
certain.
listening. I need to fill up my water, but I still have my headphones in, by the way.
It's okay. Um,
Okay.
being in America right now, for those who don't live in America, um, we're hyper capitalist right now. Like
Mm-mm.
everything's for profit. So the average lower to middle income person is
Mm.
working 60, 70, sometimes 80 hours
Yeah.
just to provide for their so-called families. Now, I don't have a family. I live alone. I don't even have pets. I would love to have a pet, but then I'd worry about not being home and what the pet doing. So
Yeah.
that's anxiety. Um,
Mm-mm.
but for me, like I came from working as a chocolatier not too long ago, before
Ooh.
streaming. Um, that was paying for my acting, and I'd be there 40 days in a row, not a day off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's America. Like that's not something that's not uncommon. People are doing that constantly.
Yeah.
Eh,
It's crazy to me
right.
that that this is going on
Well, it's a
in
country
like a developed country though.
country of 329 million people, right?
Yeah.
And we have billionaires living in the country, right? That would give $1 million to each person,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't hurt them at all. Wouldn't hurt them at
Yeah.
all. But they're smart enough to know that if they gave lower income, some people, or anybody, all 329 people, if they gave them that $1 million, they would be smart with it. And they don't want them to be smart with it. But what they would do,
Yeah.
they would go buy like a whole grocery store's worth of the whole area of milk and just keep milk at their
Mm.
house and sell milk for more expensive than what it was actually priced at and profit and make more money. They just don't want to see
Mm.
that. So we're stuck under a paywall. I'm sure it's everywhere, but it's more controlled here nation because of
Yeah.
surplus population. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't want to get into politics. I would love to not live in a world where I have to put that or tolerate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, milk
Yeah.
scalping.
Milk scalping.
That's
No,
just
yeah, I guess so.
an example. But for example, I have the PS5, right?
Mm.
You know how I got the PS5? Because
Oh man. Did
I got it
did you
in
line up?
I know I got it in the heat of COVID where you couldn't find it anywhere.
How did
Um,
you find it?
I paid $849 off of StockX.
Bro.
Yeah.
Why are you like this?
I paid double what the console's worth on StockX. And guess what? I've barely played it. Up until I think I did Uncharted 2 a couple weeks ago. I've never streamed with it. It just sits in a room and it's all sad because it doesn't get to hang out with the other boys. I have the PC, the Switch, and the Xbox, and they get to chill with their friends. PS5's this big white router looking thing. It's scary.
I can't believe this.
How's life on a single kidney? It's not a single kidney. What it was is that I decided to take 2 weeks out of my life that, I'm just going to sit at work and
Yeah.
not have a life.
To
Home
get
with,
this box.
right. I'm home with $3,200 or whatever I made paychecks and cover it all. I don't know.
You know what? Whatever sparks joy.
And you know what? It didn't. It didn't spark joy.
Uh,
there hasn't been a PS5 game that
uh,
came out that I've even wanted to play like remotely. Like
yeah.
what was the first one? Miles Morales, the Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
I didn't want to play that. I didn't want to play Thor Ragnarok because I watched Thor Ragnarok get played on here, and it was like, nah, I'm not gonna buy that either.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we got here from talking about food. Oh, we're
Talking about capitalism and shit.
yeah. Demon souls, your weapon breaking, funky mechanics. But all right. So I wanted to touch up on art and music, and I'll skip this
Hmm.
and that. That way we can get out of here a little soon. Um, you can come back for another time, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
All right. So
It's been fun.
I could save that for the time you come on.
Yeah.
Um, uh, let's do art. Like, how how many commissions have you received that
Ooh.
put you in a state of,
Hmm.
wow, this is complex and I'm gonna have to really do a good job, because I'm assuming you're a person that wouldn't release something that you're not happy with.
Mm-hmm.
So what are like, how many times have you run into that scenario where, like, oh wow, this is
Mm-hmm. You see, I don't take commissions
oh, you don't
because of these reasons. Yeah.
okay, so
So, like, yeah, I don't take commissions because I have a very short temper when it comes to dealing with stupid people.
oh,
And
okay, that makes sense.
when you are an artist, you have to deal with a lot of stupid people. I see a lot of people get like fulfillment, and of course, they get paid well when they do commissions. But I'm just like, I don't in my current position, I don't need to take commissions to get by, right?
Right.
Um, and I'm like, I would rather not do it then. you know, I would rather save my sanity and not do it, uh, rather than like have it open and just like struggle through it. I also come from a place where my last job was really emotionally and mentally taxing, and it got to the point where I got like physically sick um, from working there, and I got Maid Butler basically had to convince me to like quit because I worked there for 5 years,
Okay.
and but anyway, so like I'm very much in the mindset of like I'm not gonna deal with stuff that it's gonna make me emotionally want to like you know jump off a fucking building. So that's why I don't do commissions. Also, hello, Monster. Welcome in.
Hello, monster.
Yeah,
I,
Monster.
um, I might be the opposite of you.
Yeah.
I will work at a place that might be that first people, but I shut off.
Mm.
I completely go into autopilot when I'm at a job, because
Mm.
and I talked about this the last tender talk. I've never wanted to work for income,
Mm.
and now that even when I was a kid, I was like, man, I'm gonna grow up to be an alien lawyer and get all the aliens that got in trouble for all their mishaps out of trouble. And I grew up and I'm like, yo, the law sucks. Why would I want to be in that?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to Earth, and they got cool stuff going on, and I could just live there and fit in. And then I got here
Mm.
and I didn't fit in at all. I actually was like
Mm.
held captive by the American government
Oh, yes, you do.
for like 10 years. And then they're like, all right, well, we're going to release you and wear these clothes, and um, don't tell people what you are, and there won't be any widespread panic. Thankfully, Americans are dumb, because
Yeah.
I got away with time now.
Yeah, I can't do that. Like I dealt with this job. So like I graduated, right? I actually worked in that same workplace before I graduated to university. So I did part time, and then when I graduated, I was like, oh yo, like can I just work here full time? And they're like, yeah, sure. Um, the work in itself was not hard. I could do it, even though it was one of those like small companies, so you have to do like 1 million different positions for the pay of one role. Um, but it was still like stuff I could do technically. What pushed me into like basically to panic um, was my boss. and also some coworkers, where
Okay.
it's just like it didn't like I can do stuff if it makes sense for me to do stuff. But if it's just like it was just like how do I even describe this? Just old people not understanding how things work and wanting stuff that can't be done, or like it was even like some law breaking involved um, in terms of like labor laws, and it was just it got to the point where whenever I would get calls for work, I would I would vomit, like physically vomit, because it made me so anxious. And I'm not a person who like has a history of like um mental illnesses or anything like that.
Right.
It's just like the anxiety of that job got to me to the point where I have like permanent stomach problems from that job because it was just making me sick. Um, but yeah, it was a mess. It's just like you know unreasonable
I
is
I
what I'm gonna
I
close it at. Yeah.
I get you. Um, like I'm not gonna try to match experiences here, but I have a friend that has quoted that the last 3 years of my life have been the origin story of a supervillain. Um, and why I should lash out at the world and try to cause chaos and havoc.
Mm-hmm.
But I stick to my character. I am tender. I'm not saying
Mm.
that I'm optimistic, but
Mm.
I'm
No, I would say I'm a realist too,
yeah.
but
I've had so much bad stuff happen over the past 3 years, and I just shake it off.
mm,
I've shaken all of it off. It's like not dragging me down. It's not something that's on my mind all the time. Um,
mm,
so I could see where you're coming from. That some place that you're here to get an income from, but you're going home with headaches. It's
yeah,
it's just not fun. So
yeah,
kudos to you for not putting up with it.
yeah. Uh, yeah, it's like because I was doing that job and I was doing like modeling on the side too, uh, and technically what I because I was scared, of course, like everybody's scared of like not having enough income, right? It's terrifying. Um, but luckily, when I quit, I found out that I could technically just live on my income from modeling. So that's what I've been doing, and it's just so much better. And it's actually something I enjoy doing. So yeah, I can't imagine myself doing like a office job anymore. I don't mind working, of course, but going into an office is like I don't know how I kept up with it for 5 years, honestly.
I um I don't want to work longer than 5 more years. I think I think I want to make enough money and find something that taxing,
Mm,
like time wise. My time
mm,
is the most valuable,
I agree
and
completely.
how I spend it. And
Yeah,
I've given so much time to America and its bullshit that I'm done. Let me go.
yeah,
Let me go.
yeah,
I'm so done. Um, but we could always dream. Um,
yeah.
so I always ask this because like people always have like intro music and that they're interested in stuff like that. What's your go-to genre that you
Mm, I think it really depends, but I listen to a lot of different types of music because I'm very much in a mindset of like if I like it, I like it, and a lot of the time it doesn't fall into a single genre. But for streaming, I have a tendency to fall back on um, Korean hip hop or Korean R&B
so,
for my background music.
so like you dodge K-pop completely?
Also, the thing is, I love K-pop,
Okay.
but I went through like a phase where I was really, really into K-pop. I'm talking like I would fly to Korea several times a year to attend concerts. I was like deep into the K-pop fandom, specifically for one single group, right? And I've seen all sides of it. I've seen all sides of like the crazy ass fandom, and I never participated in like toxic behavior, but I've seen how much there is, and I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't think I want to ever get super involved with a group again, but I do enjoy catchy music. So I do listen to it from time to time. Oh, sometimes we will have like K-pop throwback streams where we just listen to, old K-pop songs and reminisce about like old times.
It's
But
understandable.
I'm not as into it now as I was before. But I still like have it on sometimes.
Um, Coming out of school, that was the first thing I wanted to get into because I had a passion for it. But
Mm.
once you get into music, start to hate it. Uh,
Yeah,
and
I heard.
that's like every Billboard charting musician will not admit that to you, that
Mm.
that what they had to do to get to where they are, like the 70+% of musicians that don't even own their own music,
Mm.
um, such and such and such. So I nowadays, I probably won't go to a concert because the last couple concerts that I've gone to were like Elton John, because legend. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to see him before he retired. I went to
Yeah.
see Billy Joel in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
So I seen legends because they were out forever, and it's an experience
Mm.
to see somebody like that. But these up and coming bands, or these newer bands, or your Adele or
Yeah,
Bob,
no.
or I would never. I would
I agree.
prefer to watch somebody play music on here. and
I agree.
and guess what? I get to interact with that person, so it's like
So true.
probably just a better experience. I'm saving money. I barely like people. I'm not gonna be in a big crowd of people. Um, I've met musicians too, and
Mm.
they just seem so drained.
Yeah,
That
especially the big ones. Actually I went to a concert 2 days ago. Uh, it was an indie concert. Oh well, so the thing is, I love going to concerts, but I don't enjoy pop concerts. I don't enjoy concert like you said, like Adele, for example, or like Harry Styles, or I don't know, Ariana Grande. Like I can appreciate the music from like like, oh, this is catchy kind of sense,
right,
but I don't think I would ever go to a concert unless like somebody gave me a ticket for free and it's a good seat where I can sit down and like take it easy.
right.
Um, but I really enjoy like concerts for smaller artists or jazz concerts. Um, so
And
the one
that
I went to 2 days ago was Sunset Roller Coaster.
okay.
I went with May Butler. It was a really good time. It was a really small venue, but uh, it's just it's just like the vibes are so
Comfy.
good because like all of these. Do you know about Sunset Roller Coaster?
I don't.
So they are like a Taiwanese band, but all of the members have an a job on the side. So they're just like working people, but then they're all like musical geniuses. So they came together and just like made a band, and it shows that they're passionate about what they do, and it's just a good time.
No, no, no. That's basically like once you hit a certain, I don't want to say age, but
Hmm.
certain musical mentality, better word, of like what
Mm.
you can tolerate and what you're interested. Sometimes the smaller thing hit harder than the big thing.
Yeah.
Um, you mentioned Ariana Grande. Um,
Mm.
I actually have a decent amount of respect for her.
Mm-hmm.
You know why?
No.
Name
Why?
name me a pop star that's been attacked by terrorists. N-
Ariana Grande.
None, none.
I mean,
She's the only.
BTS had like the gun thing.
but there wasn't a bombing.
Yeah, that's true. I can't believe she went through that. This must have been so terrifying.
I mean, they bombed Ariana Grande. I don't know why I'm laughing
It's
at it because
so
people probably got hurt, but like,
but it's, like, so ridiculous to think about
yeah,
though, right? Like, how
that
could you
that that is
fucking do that?
that is an insane fact that
It
she
is.
continued going on like nothing happened to.
Mm.
Like, oh no, I got attacked by
Well,
terrorists, but let's go.
yeah. Yeah,
New
I
career.
agree.
Um, in the music
But
world,
yeah. Sorry, I just read Mate's comment.
there's sax players, also keyboard synths, have our solo parts. Okay, so they all do for everything, like they
Ew.
most instruments and such.
Kinda. A lot of them can play. Like the drummer is a singer, for example, but like a side singer. But then he had like his whole like solo song in the middle of the concert where he just had like a drum mic set up for him to sing. But other than that, the sax player was ridiculous. He had so many instruments that he just switched between throughout the whole concert.
That must be a little tolling. Um,
He seemed like he was having a good time.
right,
He
but
was hype as fuck.
to be a drummer, you have to have a count in your head,
Oh yeah. I
and
don't know how he did it.
right, and to
This singer, yeah.
think of lyrics and sound good at the same time. That'd be a little. I'm not saying that there isn't drummers out there that have done the same, because of course there is. But
Yeah.
but you got to put yourself in a mindset that you don't need the counting anymore. You just know your body's gonna muscle,
Yeah.
muscle memory.
Yeah.
Um,
They're just geniuses. And yes, Soup is the My Jinji band.
well, I mentioned muscle memory. You have muscle memory towards art.
I do. I think you saw my tweet about the apple. It's been a big discussion lately. It's
Okay.
been a big discussion in my stream like for a while because I found out about like this concept a few years ago. But I don't see stuff in my head. I don't have like anything in my head. I don't
Okay.
have anything in my head, so it's all muscle memory or from reference. So yes, I do have muscle memory, and like I realize the more, of course, like the more I practice, the better I get, which is really frustrating because I want to just be good. I don't want to practice, but it really is all muscle memory.
They do say practice makes perfect, but
Practice
they
makes better.
no, but then they say nobody's perfect by practice. um, so you do what you can, and you know what? A lot of people's opinions don't actually matter because they don't have the knowledge on um your side of it. They aren't drawing shit,
I
so
agree.
um
Yeah.
I say this towards all the people that trash movies. Say, "Oh,
Oh yeah.
that movie was shit. That movie or that TV show is shit." I'm like, "Do you realize that for 6 minutes of good footage is like 14 hours?"
Yeah. People have very strong opinions, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I get it, but also like, I feel like a lot of people take others' opinions very personally. Um, so like if somebody says like, "Oh, this movie is really good," and then somebody's like, "How the fuck could you say that about that movie? It's trash. It killed my dog." It's like, okay, uh, okay, all right, chill, dude.
That
It's like
was
it goes both ways though, but yeah,
and sometimes what they say doesn't actually relate to
yeah, it's so
why
weird.
they think the movie's actually bad. They just
Yeah,
if you just watched it and you didn't like it, you didn't like it. But
yeah,
you don't have any context to put why you didn't like it, then it's kind of like, well, a weird thing. Why didn't you like this? Um,
yeah. And
so
like people are totally allowed to not like stuff. It's just like why are you making it like a whole personality thing?
last year, the best movie in my opinion, everything, everywhere, all at once.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah. And everybody kind of either agrees or they say it's overrated, which is
Mm,
still saying that it was good if you say that it's overrated because watched it and you thought it was watchable at least. But haven't heard people come out and say it was terrible. I've had personal friends that didn't like it, but they're very picky.
Mm.
But I thought the concept was fantastic. That the acting was really good. I hope it wins more. It's already won a lot.
I really enjoyed it. I didn't watch it in cinema. I watched it recently, online because I just didn't have time. But because I knew I would like it. Like I already when I saw people talking about it, I was like, this is something that I will enjoy for sure. So I went into it already knowing that I would enjoy it. So I had high expectations already. And then I came out of it and I was like, I still really enjoyed it. It was
Right.
so good. I
and,
enjoyed it a lot.
and it is a message that like the average casual viewer won't understand is that
Mm,
the Asian culture, you know, um, they're very fixed on their ways, and
mm.
they pointed that out in that movie. Um,
It is very accurate.
right. Um, and I like their their take on multiverse travel and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it was so good.
Very goofy earbud devices.
I really enjoyed it. I think my favorite part of the whole movie, without spoiling it, is that the main character didn't change her opinion in the end. Like, because she is like, an Asian mom.
Right.
She is an Asian mom and she has her ways and she has her traditions. And that's like, uh, somebody who is a child of an Asian mom, um, like I disagree with a lot of the opinions that she has, but like it's not like this whole thing was gonna change her mind realistically, right? So when it comes to the end, then I'm like, oh, and now she's gonna do the whole thing where they're like, oh, I changed my ways and this and this and that, and she's still like, I don't like your tattoos. I think you're fat. I think this and that. I'm like, yeah. That's right. But she's still like a better person in the end. And I really appreciated that. I really appreciated how they made it kind of realistic in like an unrealistic setting.
Right. That they went there. That's what it's called. Like when you went there,
Mm.
like Rakakuni, which I hope I'm not spoiling. Obviously, um, the hot dog part. Um, like they went there.
Oh yeah.
They did some wild stuff with that movie. But
Mm.
all that was just for your viewing content.
Yeah.
The message was
Yeah. I
that
agree. It was really
that
good.
like we get one life. We have one whatever children we have, and we're not gonna let stupid things break our family apart. Talk it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
nice. That's what the message really should be. Kind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's got something going on.
Exactly. Was that your favorite movie last year?
That was my favorite movie. That and the Banshees of Inisherin.
I have not seen it.
That is a wild ride.
Okay.
Very script is written very well.
Mm.
And when a script is written very well, I'm sucked in. Um, there's only a couple movies that have done that to me over the past couple of years. That like, if the script is really good, I'm right there watching it. Not that great. I'll still watch it because I was told this movie is good, so I'm gonna give it a chance. But I don't know.
Mm. Yeah.
Um, what is like your favorite fantasy or kind of because you're a drow elf? That's why I'm asking.
Favorite fantasy movie? Oh, good question. Uh, Fantasy. Well, one of my favorite movies of all time is an animated movie.
Okay.
Uh, it's Ghibli. It's Spirited Away. I watched it so many times. Like, it's
Oh,
also a nostalgia factor, right?
it's an S tier anime.
It is so good.
And
I think I watched that the most out of any movie that I ever watched because
uh,
I've just rewatched it all the time.
like hardcore film enthusiasts put Spirit Away and Akira like
Mm,
like untouchable.
yeah.
So completely understand. Um, I guess
I don't,
I'm gonna go with the Lord of the Rings for part.
mm. I enjoyed Lord of the Rings, but I I only watched it once, like all
Y-
the
You
movies.
really should because it's 12 hours long.
You know what? Yeah.
That's a shift of your life that you're not going to get back, but you went on a ride.
Mm,
They took you.
yeah.
All right.
Like out of the all the big, um, the during that time it was like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and Harry Potter, right? I think I enjoyed Lord of the Rings the most.
You kind of have to if you actually sit there and watch them because Star Wars is a prequel that if you already seen the movie that came out in the 70s, you know
Mm,
where it's going, so you don't have like a big attachment to it because you saw those other ones and you know where it goes. Harry Potter is it's not a bad series at all, but
yeah.
it's a very, I don't want to say niche community, but there's only a certain amount of people that are going to like this series because
Yeah.
it's an investment. You're talking 8 movies.
Mm,
Um Characters are always kind of like, not saying they're inconsistent, but they're changing because of plot armor. Uh
yes.
and which is fine. But I hold the Harry Potter series near and dear, but I could see why other people don't care for them
Mm,
because it's kind of obvious. They're just not.
yeah.
They're just not for every.
I did enjoy them a lot as a young drow. I enjoyed what like I watched all of them, right?
Right,
And I enjoyed like the concept of it. I was just like J.K. Rowling aside, right?
right.
I was just kind of put off of the series with how it kind of went in the end. Like the main character, like Harry himself, got kind of unlikable for me towards the end, and I just didn't enjoy. It was very much like he kind of turned into a cop, like cop like personality, and I was
Right.
just like, I don't know, I don't really enjoy this kind of character. And then they didn't really expand on the things that I did enjoy about the series, which was like the world and like um you know different parts of like why the magic works and like what is going on and like who different people are. They just kind of focused in on like he's the cursed boy, he's gonna fight this noseless guy, like
Mm.
okay. Sure. And then the Fantastic Beast came out. I have a lot of issues with Fantastic Beast. uh um and after that I just kind of it just fell off for me
It's
completely.
it's understandable. Like Lord of the Rings just came out with a TV for Amazon. Rings of Power.
Mm.
Completely inaccurate, but still watchable. It's a Maine Coon. This is this is Boromir. Oh, by the way, the cat's name.
Vladimir.
um Boromir's lore is that Boromir was killed by orcs. In his reincarnation, he's a cat. Hangs out
That's
with
a
me.
really good life. I would love to be reincarnated as a cat hanging out with an alien.
um, but yeah. I just figured I'd ask you that one fantasy question. I'm a cinephile. I'm also a historian, but history's the topic.
I really like movies. You can talk about movies anytime with me.
No big deal. Um, we're gonna talk upcoming events.
Mm.
So, is there anything Sif wants to plug?
Uh, Not really. I mean, I don't have anything big coming up because I'm still working on my new stuff. So I don't have a set date for that yet. It's probably I'm aiming for within this year, like the end of the year, right?
Okay.
For at least something for my new model. Usually, it doesn't take me that long to do my model, but because of my work and my schedule, it's just like I will be like I think I'm free for like a whole month, and then suddenly I had to go away for like 2 weeks, and then it'd be like that. But I'm aiming for like the latter half of this year. In terms of like smaller things that happen very soon, I am streaming on a curry noodles channel later today from me. Uh, in the morning for you. Uh, like in a few hours. Like around what was it even? It was like 9:30ish. Uh, we will be continuing our playthrough of Immortal, which is a we thought it was a mystery game, but it's turned out to be car-ish. And it's really fun. So we're gonna have that stream. I'm probably gonna stream on my own channel tomorrow. I'm aiming for. Um,
That the
Probably in
next
the afternoon for me.
that the next chapter of House.
Ada Fata Morgana. Maybe. I have some appointments in the same day. So we'll see. I might just do like a just chatting, but I really want to know what happens. So I might just do like a Fata Morgana stream as well. The thing is, I want to keep them like separate. I don't want to do like two games
Right,
in
right.
one stream for Fata Morgana because then I will lose track and it's harder for people to catch up. Uh, but we'll see. Maybe.
No,
Probably.
you're right that it kind of deserves its own separate thing.
Mm. But
Is
I might just like turn off stream and turn it on again and do whatever again. It depends on vibes. It
right.
depends on what we're feeling.
Um,
Yeah,
we're,
that's it.
so we're gonna close shop here.
It
We
is late for you.
No, it's just 3 hours of podcasting. Is we're talking Joe Rogan numbers.
That's a normal amount.
Yeah. Um. So next week I have Key Haruto coming on.
Heck yeah.
Inoki or K.
I have heard of them in passing. I've seen them on Twitter.
Yeah, K's a good. Um, I just pronounce his name all the time.
K and Key.
Well, I think of like the name,
Mm,
and
that's why it's Key.
I take the T off. It's probably
Hmm.
K Haruto. Um,
It is most likely K.
but yeah, he'll be my next guest. That'll be whenever me and him schedule it because I have no idea what day we'll be doing it on or what time. I think he's Canadian.
Mm, easy scheduling.
It could be. One of the hardest things about this show, which this is the bread and butter of my channel, um, is number one, I got to reach out to people. Awkward,
Mm.
super awkward, because I'm asking them to do something for me, and I don't like asking anybody to do anything unless I'm paying for it.
I
um,
think you do it in a very tasteful way though, because like I don't like when people that I don't know message me about collabs. But like I noticed that you're taking your time to go and like scout out the communities and like go and scout out the streamer, taking your time to like kind of get to know what their deal is and what the community is before you ask, and it's like super appreciated.
right.
Um, so
Uh,
it's like you shouldn't worry about that at all.
right. Right. I definitely try to be very respectful, trying to bring people on here because in the end, it's me getting to learn them, and that makes me be in their community more. Um, Future things come from it. I just think in the long run, I just keep this up. I'm shooting for 30 episodes.
Mm.
We've done 3 so far.
I mean, we're only in February. It's fine.
Right. And I got to get 7 more. So, um the way I look at it is like I do have my next couple lined up. I have a real life doctor coming on
Ooh.
from in I don't know what the medical center he's from. Um, he's a pediatrician, so we'll be talking about some stuff. Um, I have my first ever double guest one coming on. because
Uh-huh.
I see podcasts do that, and I don't know if I could handle 2 guests at the same time, so I like the challenge.
It's probably gonna be even easier, honestly.
Maybe. Maybe. I might not be able to get all the topics that I usually write down,
Oh, that's fair.
but it is what it is. And like I said, I have cake. So those are like my 3 um, weeks.
Heck yeah.
Um,
Sounds like fun.
but we're gonna wrap it up.
So y'all better follow so you can keep up with it.
And thank you, Krusty, for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it, my squirrely friend. Um, I appreciate you coming on, Sif.
I
Uh,
appreciate the invite.
I'll be around your channel, no doubt. And if you need me for anything, let me know. Um,
Ate.
I am. I look for somebody to raid.
Also, happy birthday again.
Yes, and thank you for the gift. Oh, the gift. Gift.
The gift.
Show off the gift. I guess I could just do the PN. The other one I'd have.
Like download. Or you can just like share the screen of
Uh,
the drive, I guess. But it's a little bit finicky.
why is this? Why aren't you downloading? There we go. Right.
Nice.
Save. Scanning for.
Oh,
Yeah, this computer. All right, so go here. Hope that is. It might be huge. Whatever.
I guess we'll see. I made it for 1980. Oh, 1920, sorry. Psst, not 1980. 1920.
That's
Or the
not.
image might be bigger, actually.
Yeah, and not to mention. Not even. Where did you go to? Oh, it went. Had to do that because very crowded.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah, it's huge. All right, let's
It's
make you
big.
smaller.
There's a video version too.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up using
Please
standard.
feel free to.
Oh,
Yes.
no doubt. I really appreciate. Be fair, no one's got me anything for my birthday yet. First one.
I mean, it's only midnight. I mean, it's only 3 a.m. I guess it is now.
My mother asked me what to get me, and I fully boggled her. I'm like, get me shampoo, body washes.
The the adulting life.
Not just that, it's just that like I hate going out. That's stuff that like
Mm.
I always forget, and then I'll get home and God damn it, I gotta go back out and get that. And that happened probably like twice this year. So I'm gonna make sure my mom just makes me that whole.
Nice.
But this is really cool. And you know what's funny that you put me in a suit? Um, I guess you. I don't know if you've been paying attention to this, but like I have a model coming up, a joke
Oh, you
model,
do?
like a comedy model, um, where I'm gonna be very fat, and I'm gonna have like big horn rim glasses and white hair, and I want to do like a
Uh-huh.
voice impression. I want it to be more of
Uh-huh.
a redeem, or once in a while I'll do one of these, or I'll do an episode, and I'm gonna make it super annoying, man.
Looking
Like,
forward to it.
yeah, I hope people are like, oh God, he's very cringe. Well, you watch N, so
Yeah.
N's got the hot
Oh
dog with the
no,
legs.
is is it the inflation one?
I think it's a hot
Oh
dog
no,
with
it's the hot
like
dog one. Okay, 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 that's fine.
with the legs up, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's Yeah.
It's
But
amazing.
I appreciate the work. Um, I'm totally caught off guard from it, so I appreciate that. So, do you have a
No
recommend?
worries.
Do you have a recommendation to raid, or should I just pick someone?
Let me have a look. You want to raid Germa?
I don't think I'm following, so we can.
No, 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 don't raid Germa. I'm kidding. uh,
Well,
I don't have any.
Kay's streaming, and
Oh, go for it.
he's my next guest. It was either Kay,
Yeah,
Bunny Reno.
I'm following K as well.
So, and you know what? I have this like thing where this is not going to be the first time I've done this. I have rated K after these talk shows like 4 times already.
Nice.
And it's like an ongoing trend. So he's playing Stalker. Um or that works. I actually rated somebody to nobody the other night because I missed.
Nice. It
Yeah, that's
happens.
very cringe. Very cringe. Um yeah, like I said, he's my guest for next week. Sif is going to be on Curry Noodles channel.
Yes.
I will shout out Curry Noodles too.
Yeah, curry noodles 13. Yeah, there's the boy.
And if anybody's interested, they could follow me on Twitter, Discord, all that bang stuff. Um, I hope everybody has a good day, good night, good time zone, and enjoy week. Technically, we're well, you're in Tuesday already. Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be starting my. I gotta do taxes today. Ugh.
Oh no, it's tax season.
I'm gonna watch The Last of Us too.
I heard it's pretty good.
It's amazing. It's like the game, but a little bit better even. But I don't know.
Mm.
I love the remake. Pretty. But yeah, everybody enjoy.
Everybody enjoy. Everybody enjoy.
And thanks.
Have day.
Thank
Have
you.
a night.
Thank you for the birthday wishes again. Bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye.